zones that somebody has to stand in will not be closer to each other than 90 degrees. It's going to be like a plus rotated somehow.
Okay, so I updated the tower one. I'm updating the other one just so I have the right information. We're saying that... Excuse me. Oh, I actually didn't put that it was roll locked here. Okay, good.
Nice. Yeah, for Panto, I would be surprised if it was full random, but obviously it's not completely roll locked, so...
Who's not in party? Turner, are you here?
Yeah, logging in. Sorry.
Okay.
Others is going to be interesting because we'll have to have like a priority system. I was thinking the other night we could do like basically chop the room into quadrants, and you look for the first quadrant valid for your current job, Heaven's Fall style. But then we'd have to have like an 8-man priority, so like...
I think it's gonna end up with a 10-strike situation where we're just gonna have to get used to what each other do and just be fast to signal it, because like it's gonna be a fucking disaster to try.
The fast adjust way to do it is you just, as soon as the things spawn, then you figure out who your partner is and just like watch them.
Yep. No, and the other thing is, get to mid and grab the tether immediately so that there's extra time and you're close to each other to go to the correct location. If you take too long to go mid, you're gonna make it like impossible. The other person's gonna have no information.
Right, and if you're 3, you'll want to like start moving mid, like as you're looking for your partner.
Yep.
Although you'll probably be able to tell because they should hopefully also be doing the same thing. It just, we should probably have a rule actually. If you're not currently supposed to grab a tether, you shouldn't be closer to the middle than like that double circle of the boss's hitbox.
It's already wrong to do that because if you're in the middle, you're going to make the AOE from the tether is going to be like ridiculously likely to hit you.
I mean, when you're
moving.
moving.
Be like, yeah, you should be like outside of the boss hitbox and taking the long way around if you're not a tethered person.
Well, so that's the one reason why I brought up the north-south tether thing, is because, so say that we're like all stacked at a tower and then they spawn opposite. You have to, one, know who's going to the opposites of each other, but also, like if we're all stacked south and then one spawns north or whatever, the tether person can very quickly cut off the person that has to run around to soak it.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of wipes to that, specifically.
Yeah, so the tether people are the only ones in the hitbox. They're always going to be able to get the tether, though. The only way they're not going to be able to get the tether is if somebody runs through mid.
The question was them stealing it, not getting it. Like, they got it, but if they run out to their spot too early, then a person who has to cross to get to their tower because they're adjusting to their partner.
Yeah, if they take their tether and move out to, it basically just makes it impossible moving forward.
So tethers should probably, like, after they grab them, they shouldn't immediately rush out to drop them off. They should like do a 1 or a 2 count.
You signal where you're gonna go.
You signal where you're gonna go, and then
and then you're gonna go like after a second or two, and it just means everybody's movement needs to be fast. Like don't try to be like slide casting.
It's
shit,
like
just
like 5 seconds between things.
Just specifically the opposite towers. When the safe spot is like if the towers are adjacent, it's easier because obviously no one.
And in fact, I've also seen people do a thing where like even if you were the tether just a second ago, you just immediately rush to whatever spot is safe next because it's so easy to grab the tether from middle because it's actually really jumpy that there's no reason to try to sit there and wait for the person to grab it from you. Like, just
I mean,
rush to the safe
when
spot.
you're grabbing tethers from mid anyways, that's like never an issue anymore. If you're, it's literally the shit we learned in P3S. Like the tether is free as fuck to grab if you're in the middle. If you're not in the middle, you might miss it, and that's probably your fault because you should be in the middle.
Yeah.
And the 2 tether people can't steal from each other once they both have a tether, so it's if they're the only 2 people in there, it shouldn't be an issue.
The thing that kind of throws your mind for a loop, though, is that it's the same tether. It's not like it doesn't spawn a new one. It's just a persistent tether the whole time. It just pulses on the intervals.
Okay.
Basically playing hot potato.
One doesn't unlock it.
Oh right, that is a thing that we have to
True. I did have to patch. Which you probably need.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't do anything.
Oh, that's what I was doing before I just joined.
Yeah.
I mean, you were also like 10 minutes late. Let's not get too
could
fucking
have
cocky.
shared.
I have literally had the worst day of my life. I will fucking slit your throat.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't shit talk
Did
about
you
it.
have to ride in a Tesla again?
I had to spend $1,700 today.
I've had a day
Had
like
to.
like I've had a
Had
day like
to.
that before. It was pretty shit. I understand. I had my car towed in Boston and ended up forking over $800 as a person working an internship with no money. I was like sick.
Yeah,
They were like, if you don't pay us today, then we'll just charge you an extra like $70 per day. And also, they only wanted to take cash. I was like, yeah, let me just fucking.
What
Pull
the
a
fuck
wad.
teleport thing is this under? This one? Yeah.
Scholars Harbor.
It's like, let me pull a wad of
That
fucking
means nothing. to me.
$800
I just-
out of my ass.
have names.
you can also just click the spot on the map. Like,
No, I was looking for. I don't know, like how the fucking teleports are broken out across. Like, is this Islabard, Norvedant, others? Like, where the fuck
Oh,
is
yeah.
this shit?
That menu is getting pretty bad, actually. That menu from a user.
Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck any of that shit means.
I know what the shit means, and I still have to like double check where the hell things are because
They're like
Yeah.
2 expansions past where that needs to have turned into a world map because it's way too much shit in the list. I know where they are.
Islabard?
Too, but it's trash.
I'm
he skips the voiced stuff, so like he doesn't know.
like, he knows English.
Okay, how do you say island?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
Okay,
that's-
ISLA.
hey, in this case, it's Ilsabard.
Island.
Anyway,
I'm good for the record.
Are you a good elastic?
Should be.
Alright, well. Let me
I unlocked
know.
it the other night so that I could stare at weapons.
And we got it!
Yay! Time to wipe.
Prep is done for the patch. We're good.
Hey, turn on your recording shit, and during polls, try not to like chatter too much so that people can like pay attention and like just while shit's happening to kind of like process the mayhem, right? And we talked about it. We talked about it a bit when like half the people were in here. Trust me, I fucking know. She's driving me goddamn nuts.
No,
lately.
no, no, you. I want to
Oh,
see
yeah, I
this.
changed the meld.
It's the old cutscene.
Why is how did they fuck up the portrait system in this game so bad? Like
Heartless evolution.
it was like at least it worked.
God, we're playing a Kingdom Hearts expansion.
Oh, be nice to her.
This hitbox is hilarious.
God, I changed one meld.
Yeah.
Fucked.
You probably like extracted a materia or something. I don't fucking know. It just
First of all, I need to know. Okay,
Yeah.
good to know. Thanks.
Anything that makes the update gear set button light up, fucks it.
So stupid.
All right, so we talked about it a little bit when there was only like 4 of us in here, but if there's any kind of like unclear, like people are in disagreement about how a mechanic works, let's just try to get somebody's POV right away and not waste too much time debating it back and forth.
yeah.
There should be a lot of people recording, so just try to be clip centric. Food check.
Ah, it's the same wall from ESR.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad
Goody.
news because that means that we need it.
Goody.
Okay. And you can probably. I don't even know. I don't know who is better to tank out of the 2 of us. It probably doesn't even fucking matter.
I mean, he barely autos
Do you have
before
a
he goes into
preference?
mechanics. So.
No, it's not that. It's just like I don't think it matters anymore. Like there's no better tank, as far as I know, to take damage.
I think you could both just start with stance and just blast, and it wouldn't.
Give me
even
1
matter.
second.
Yeah.
Also, I have to imagine that not everybody was studying mechanics, so we probably should.
Whoever has the best weave space, which is probably Barry.
He doesn't even start with the Buster, does he?
No.
No.
He just does like 4 auto attacks, then goes into towers or something like
Yeah.
that. So
I've
like,
seen people
yeah.
stacked, which I don't think is necessary, but they've done it.
I think the pull strat for tanks would be to be stacked, just because you could just both pull with stance on, not care who has it, and then one of you.
No,
shove it
like
off later.
a full 8-man stack. I mean.
Oh,
Alright.
yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
Okay.
Positional.
So meme pull before we do explanations, or
Yeah, just pull once. It's fine.
Who's tanking?
Reeves can do it. Because he's gonna do more damage, I think.
Nice crits.
Paladin
I've got
DPS.
that crit all function on.
That wasn't the right button.
Owie!
Good start. All right, hope your opener's done because he's doing his mechanic. Yes. Well, Barry heroically sacrificed himself and blocked me off from getting to a tower.
I mean, I had to be in a tower. I wasn't supposed to have a tether.
Yeah.
I did my own mechanic.
So I think what you said in Channel Riv was higher number takes earlier tethers, right?
Right. If you're 3 or 4, you're doing your tether will be the first job you do, other than hiding potentially. If you're 1 or 2, tower will be the first job you do. Either way, you're going to end up doing both. And it's always going to be like an alternate between hiding and a job.
What's hiding?
As in, don't be in the way of anything.
Oh, okay. And does it need to be 3, 4, 1, 2, or can it just be 3 and 4,
It-
and then 1 and 2?
It's pairs, isn't it?
it's
Isn't
pairs,
There's
yeah,
2
it's-
people.
Right.
So 3, like 2 people
Both-
are marked at 3 get the first.
it
tethers.
has to be both 3s, then both 4s, then both 1s, then both
That's-
2s. Because
Yep.
anytime you do a mechanic, you get a twice come ruin that lasts 1.8 mechanics.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, that makes sense.
your things have
Okay.
to be 2 apart. So like odds will be doing the first mechanics while evens hide, and then evens will do the second, and then back and forth.
Oh, this
And then
outside of
since
the
it's-
arena's trippy.
Yeah. So like as an example, one
Alright.
has the first debuff that's going to fall off and kill them. So they need to take first towers. So they're taking a tower, then they're hiding, then they're taking a tether, then they're hiding.
It's
Makes sense.
literally, yeah, I mean, it's literally the number is what tower you take, and you take the tether 2 away from that number. That's it.
Right.
Anyone else notice there's literal puzzle pieces?
Yeah, this is the same skybox as 11.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
In
like
the
on
death
the
zone, yeah.
in the death zone, there's puzzle pieces. There was a death zone in the original? No, we were on like
So
a.
you remember level checker?
Level checker, yeah.
Oh, I never looked that closely. I'll be honest.
We're the ones by the wall.
I know. I never looked because I was always looking in.
Alright, we good?
What's only looks forward. He's a future thinking man.
I usually am. Yeah.
Okay, now I retract my statement because it sounded like an actual compliment.
Damn. It's the first one I've ever had.
Feels being a male in America. Or probably a lot of places.
The world,
Yeah.
the earth.
They're opposite each other.
Yes.
You took it.
Can't go mid.
Weird how I mentioned that specifically.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, basically you
Mid
can't.
is off limits unless you're a tether
Yeah.
person. 100% of the time. Cannot go through it.
We what it was is we just like intersected each other at the worst time because I was initially
I know.
behind him and then he ran behind me. How are we deciding who's getting like
Yeah.
the
I
towers
think
where?
You need to just signal it by getting there as early as possible. There is no
Okay.
logic to who is chosen, so there's nothing we
Yeah,
can do beyond
So
signaling it.
basically, I think considering like it entirely changes the circle, just if you stand in the tower, it should clearly signal that it's occupied, so you're
Yep.
getting the other.
Right.
Yeah, it was
Well-
just I didn't see that the one on the other side was occupied. I didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
one,
makes sense.
That combo specifically sucks ass when it's the first towers and we're all stacked south because 7 of us are already going to be in the tower basically. So
Yeah.
you literally need to say I'll stay or I'll rotate or something just
Yeah.
so that we know. Or like in Greaves' case, he can say north is already occupied or north is taken
And
something.
That makes sense.
I should have stayed mid longer. I don't like the tether people can get out like late, ideally, to give the tower people as much time to move.
Yeah. And if you're in a tower,
Right.
try to be like away from the tethers while you're in the tower to give
Yeah.
them.
Right, so like yeah, in
Well,
that one, if Greaves wasn't supposed to take the first tower, one of us has to rotate around the boss, and that was what I was saying earlier. If the tether people move out way too fast, the south person can't get north fast enough.
Yeah.
And then
I mean,
we want
just
do we
grab
want to drop
your-
the tethers like on like in a perpendicular line from the towers, or is it
Yes.
just like find
Yeah,
somewhere
pretty
that's
much.
Basi-
okay,
basically,
that makes
if you imagine there's a line from the tower to the middle for both towers, between that and the tethers, you will make a plus every time.
Yeah, and so then when you're not doing anything, the safe place to stand is behind a tower.
Right.
Or right
if they're,
next to it.
Or if they're adjacent, especially if they're adjacent, you could be between them.
Melee are not going to be able to go behind the towers. You just need to be right next to it.
Yeah.
Just be
Alright.
smart and make as
Be-
much space as possible.
Be
That's literally
squeezed,
all it
yeah.
is.
Yeah, if you're ranged to be out with the tether.
This mechanic
give
also is
melee
just
as
going to
much
need a
space
lot
as
of muscle
possible.
memory and a lot of pathing we need to figure out. So let's just
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
It's
We just
just
need
it's
to.
going to be a grind mostly, not really
Yeah.
like hard to figure out.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's simple in theory. It's just like finding the little tiny things.
I think I literally don't even have to heal till like in between the second and third tower.
Yeah. When the first HP debuff falls off.
Yeah.
Can I have the crit ad low?
I don't know what to say. Like
It's a machinist problem. It's got,
this is
yeah.
this is also something like I dealt with in Savage, but I'm less impressed to deal with it in Ultimate. I'm gonna
We
be fucking
can't.
lying.
I mean, it's literally nobody's fault. It's just how the game works. There's no point
Yeah.
in getting mad about it.
So,
I'm not getting mad.
I don't know who's for. we,
Other
we need
four,
to
yeah.
talk more.
The other 4-person needed to grab a tether.
I already had a tether as a 4, so I don't know. What
I
you're
know
doing.
the other one.
Yeah.
What I've seen groups do is they call, like when the 3s take it, the 4s call who they're taking their tether from. Because like I can't, there's no fucking way I can scan a party list and see that you were the other 4. I just ran and grabbed the tether. So like, if we,
I like that. That makes sense.
you
So
know what I
just to-
mean?
That's fine, but for what it's worth, the tether should only swap hands one time. So if you're watching the field, you should see the tether swap and know that the other person grabbed that one. I get that it's also good to call the names, but I'm just saying like there's not actually that much visual clutter because you can see both people, or at least one. So if you don't see that tether swap, then the other person could not have taken it. Because if somebody runs through and grabs the tether, we just fucked up the mechanic anyway, so that's never gonna happen. You get what I'm saying?
And also, you
Yeah,
can
but
also
that is
somewhat,
complete ass. Because what
you
if
can
the
also-
other
you
person is
can-
waiting to see if the person they're staring at gets their tether taken, and then you just both stand
you
there.
can somewhat pre-call which tether you're going to take.
Right.
Yeah, I mean I'm not against
Before
that at
they
all.
blow
I'm
up.
just saying there's also like the fallback here of like if you see that the tether, like in that case, one of the tethers just never swapped hands, so it was really obvious it was missed. But like that's what I'm just saying as a fallback.
Sure.
Pay attention to it.
Yeah, I mean, my solution, not solution, but suggestion, whatever. Like, I can call a 3 before the tethers even fucking spawn.
Yeah,
and
no, I
say,
know.
You know
I'm,
what I mean?
I'm
Like, it's
100%
way
in
earlier.
agreement with you. I'm just also putting more information out there. Yeah. Okay, go. We need to just try to get volume in because a lot of
This
this
is,
is just gonna take. Yeah.
My only hesitance on this is just like there's a lot of things you could call, so I'm like trying to think how to minimize calls, because otherwise I think we're gonna end up with some busy
Right.
airways.
Yeah, but I mean, early on, like, think about the amount of calls that we cut, like, once we're
Yeah.
comfortable, but we're still learning this shit, so I think it's helpful to have that kind of crap right now.
Crossing.
I'll get Rex tether.
I got Graves.
Turner, this
Was
is
too early.
that is
You
not a
should-
valid
yeah.
tether spot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that too.
when they're next to each other like that,
You if they're next to each other, you're opposite a tower, because you're forming a plus with the lines through the like.
There's just
There-
only two
yeah.
towers. You're always opposite of the two towers.
So, like, the towers there were B and C, we needed to be A and D.
Right.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
The fact that you can see the next set of towers is irrelevant. There's only two that are active at any point in
Right.
time.
Yeah.
And that's also, you also, for what it's worth, stepped out really fast. Don't step out that fast. Because if you would have been in the right spot, you still would have cut off Rib.
True.
Okay. I'll just bloodbath.
Yeah, hate someone else.
I do enough damage and open the bloodbath as a full heal easily.
Last.
I'll grab from Leo.
I'm going east with my tether.
I got
I'll
elastic.
grab. I'll go Rib.
I'll get Turner.
It comes.
Oh no.
I'll sign this tower.
6 minutes.
You can't. You
Oh.
Without Looper, it's literally impossible.
Yeah, it just
True.
kills everyone if you don't have Looper.
Makes sense.
Good effort, nonetheless, but yeah.
There is much Monkasteer in our future, so.
We'll get, honestly, it'll get pretty easy. We just need to keep
Yeah.
doing it.
You think
It's
it's
not-
oddly.
It's not too panicky, so it's just like, once you know what you're doing, it's not going to be that much mental load, I think.
Oddly calm in here.
Delta
is
Escape
very
is actually a fantastic thing for this.
Did you see the next phase? This is calm.
South Norse.
Okay.
I expected it.
Norse.
Oh. Okay. Oh.
And one's grab. Except they're not alive.
I was the other one. Yeah.
And I can't sack the towers, so yeah.
So tower people should try to go around the boss.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You,
Like,
you
if
can
you go
use the
from-
boss's hitbox as like a safety line. If you're a tower person, you should be always outside the hitbox. If you're a tether person, you should be always inside the hitbox until the last second.
Yeah. I would say like between the two lines in the hitbox is probably okay for tower people, just because if you're outside, you kind of like touch the tower on the way by, even if you're not the person who's supposed to take it. Which like light
This
it
is
up.
why its hitbox is so big.
Probably.
Your Mayways need to have your uptime.
Does he go center or not? I didn't pay attention.
Find out!
No, he does not. I saw this in stream.
Makes sense.
Maybe that's why everyone stacked south at the beginning.
Probably.
I'll go this one.
Because this is, yeah, Turbo Curse now.
This seems weird.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I shouldn't have this. I'll take spells.
This is a learning experience.
to be fair, like, we all have 10 million abilities to circumvent fucking positional, so I would say fuck it and just position the boss. Like even
Yeah.
him facing the other way literally doesn't matter.
Circumventing
I know.
positionals is literally part of the standard samurai opener.
It's his actual
So
max.
yeah,
his,
pre-popping True North on pole covers like the opener before mechanics start
Yeah.
in its entirety.
Yup.
I noticed that if you go to his max pole distance and lob, you'll like perfectly position him as well.
I mean, as long as he's pretty close.
It'll get better over time too. It's
Yeah.
whatever. Positioning shit is easy.
Out west.
Going to alpha. Except Reeves to.
I'll get Thomas.
Okay.
Hitting Turner.
I'm at alpha tower.
Close.
Yeah, I did not know how to deal with that one.
It's just yeah. If that's the case, that's where the signaling is huge. Like, I understand obviously people are just getting used to it, but in that case, Leo, since the other tether was also directly behind you, it would have made sense for you to cross over. Following shit helps, but that's the context. of
Progress.
it.
I have a feeling
Now
that
Grease is about to
screwed.
die. You'll live pretty long.
The lasers got hit the bodies. So
The only thing that will kill you is getting vulned, which you won't have happen until your missile. Yeah, there
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
go. Yeah, it's if you get hit by two things at once, you just die. Or if you get the dodgeable AoEs give you a 9-second vuln, so then the next mechanic kills you. So if you get any time you see you have a 9-second vuln, it means you got hit by an avoidable mechanic. Just for everybody's context. Because that shit was confusing the fuck out of me when I was watching videos, and I was like, why is there a fucking 9-second vuln?
Yeah, the mechanics are all like 5 seconds apart.
I got south.
Taking South Tower.
I got Barry.
I'll take Grease.
I'll get south tower.
Mount Riv. Oh, raise. Healer.
This is scuffable, by the way. Like, obviously not in this
Last
state,
guy.
but it will be scuffable, so.
Death, you can recover, yeah.
It gives you your assignment even if dead, so.
And then you just take it after it goes off.
Okay,
You're good to go.
so it looks like these flamethrowers do exactly a half overlap. So like the next flamethrower overlaps exactly 50% with the previous.
Go, white boy, go!
You can go, you could technically squeeze against the movement safely. But, and I have seen teams do strats that involve doing that. I don't know if we're going to necessarily want to do that.
Just
But-
throwing out there that Kindred was doing that and switched, which made them grog because it was
Yeah.
it was so much easier to switch from doing that. So I would go on record saying probably
yeah.
that's not easier.
Their original thing was like actually awful. get rid.
Bucket from Leo.
Oh,
Ass.
here.
Did we have two people in the same tower?
No, I just sprinted around the world. I was at B and had to go north of D, and went south.
Oh man.
Well, there was a tower south, and then I was like, oh, the other person's there. I'll
Yeah,
keep
that's
going,
fair.
I guess.
So, to help when you're taking the tether and you go out, when you come back, try to go back like mid a bit too, to like kind of help with people that need to move around.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, after you take your tower, or after you take your tether, just walk straight at the boss.
Yeah, because I saw people standing there and I'm like, I can't get around there. I have to manually go all the way around the other way, and I
Yeah.
couldn't make it.
You actually
also-
can. It's just the thing. It's sort of confusing because you can't tell if they have the tether or not. But you
Yeah.
you actually can cut that person off because if you take the tether, it doesn't matter. I mean, it'll be confusing. That's true. Just it's definitely easier if the tether person just walks in.
It's spooky. And I'm easily scared.
We're just gonna need to develop like a very strict heuristic for all this shit, and then it'll be.
I got one. You never mind.
Okay, that
I'll
was
grab
the tower.
elastic. Grab.
Getting- Oh,
No one took the other.
No one took my tether.
oh that might have been me. I was 4, so I would have taken that set, right?
Yeah.
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 I'm guessing Turner was the other two. So we
I
have an
was.
issue of like, if two people arrived at the tower at the same time, then like.
So
it gets
I
stuck.
don't have an immediate solution for this problem, but I already don't like towers and tethers being called. I think it's just
Yeah.
it's like already too much shit happening. We need to like pick one, and the other one needs to be like I don't know.
I mean, I honestly don't mind it, because if you just call a direction, the other person's job can never be there, so it shouldn't be confusing. Like, if there's a tower south and east, and you hear west be called, you know that's not you. You know what I mean?
I mean, we can keep going for now. I feel like it's
But-
going to end up being a lot of people talking over each other, and it's going to get hard to parse what people are saying, but that's fine. Let's just go.
I mean, we could just drop names, and it should just be two callouts, two directions. Like, one person, like if the tower person calls it their direction, the tether person calls their direction, the other person just adjusts. And then it's just two calls of east and west, or east and north, or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a solution, so I'm not like
Yeah, that's
know
what
what I
I'd say.
mean? I don't-
I'm not looking forward to doing this, also Stan.
I don't have a solution. I just don't like it.
Yeah. Same.
So,
Where is the other tether? Oh, there it is. Jesus Christ. Nope.
Okay.
The
I
people that were in the boss at the beginning, please don't. That was actually
Yeah, I
literally
yeah, I
fucking
couldn't
impossible.
You couldn't see anyone because he's.
I
too
couldn't even
big.
find one tether, let alone the other one. Like not even
Yeah,
one.
we should do our best to stack up, I think, at the beginning, just to make it a little easier.
That's fine. I was trying to cross early because I was trying to get over there to be in a better spot to grab the first tower, but yeah, that's fine.
We should all just like pick either the 2 flank or the 3 flank and kind of go close to there. That way the towers are
Just literally
easier to
stay
pick
south,
up.
and
Yeah.
then both tethers are easy to pick up. Okay. I'm gonna leave stance on and just shirk because toggling stance every single pull is going to result in me forgetting to turn my stance on at some stupid time, and it'd be annoying.
Do you even need to be second for anything for a while?
Yeah.
Like, why?
The end of Pantocrator.
Well, okay. So no, then.
I'm trying to avoid having to swap stance every single pull because it will get reversed when I die at weird times.
Right, I just mean, while we're progging this, you could just leave it all.
It's true. But it's not gonna matter. I can literally just shirk.
east.
I'll grab Leo.
I was out of time, Reeves. Sorry.
South.
I'll grab off Greaves, or he'll die, and I'll yeah.
I got Riv.
Yeah, I ran out of time and had to run out because the cast was like over.
Turns out, it's a fast mechanic.
It kind of is, but it kind of isn't. It's weird. It's like
Yeah.
a Nidhogg.
I don't think it's not that it's fast. It's just complex. It's actually pretty slow. It's just very confusing. You need to like. It's gonna take practice for everybody to get their brain speed just needs to catch up, but the actual execution isn't that fast. I think it would be literally impossible
It's-
to go fast.
It's honestly kind of like just like you're in a number, you're in a pair. You do everything with that pair, right?
I shirked early, so it's my boss now. But it actually doesn't matter, to your point.
West.
Mars.
I shouldn't be here. Thank you.
Grab up. Somebody.
East.
Turner. Okay.
East.
My
Ah, damn.
two buddies.
Yeah.
Grabbing off Turner.
That was ones, wasn't it? This is twos right here.
Yeah, sorry, my
I'm a
one.
2. What do you
Fuck
mean?
me.
Oh.
I keep reversing it for some
Wait, what?
reason.
No, we were
What the fuck are you
never mind.
talking about? I was a 2.
Well, no, Thomas said two buddies, and I was like, I think he thought twos were supposed to get the previous set,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my
which
bad.
stun locked me.
Sorry.
Don't talk about that shit mid-pull. Yeah, it's already confusing enough. Don't add anything.
I mean, I think they were dead, so I'm like, okay.
A lot of people certainly were.
You're alone. Everyone else understands. Come on, Greaves.
Also, if you die to damage, let me know. Because I am not keeping track of mechanic failures versus healing failures right now.
It's almost impossible to die from damage. It's really hard.
I know, but
That is not true.
It's almost impossible, literally.
on the north, the tether.
Delta.
I hate my life. Good adjust.
I guess I'll get Rex.
So,
Oh, this is where we die to damage.
Grabbing from
Yeah,
Thomas.
okay.
Grabbing
Yeah.
to Thomas.
South. Or. Oh, good.
Well, there's a tether on me that should not still be on me.
Call was back.
Oh my god.
So the first
What's my
HP
number?
check.
He says as only one person.
I was.
does it.
I was too. I was correct that I was doing a mechanic. I just was supposed to be grabbing a tether.
Yeah, my call was bad, so.
I just like the mechanic that instantly kills everyone if someone fails, and only one person messes up, and he's like, "Was it me or?"
Oh, you little bastard!
I knew exactly what I was gonna do, too.
Hey, I didn't get the debuffs because I rezzed mid buff assignment.
I had a choice to either
thanks,
not
Rev.
kill Turner or kill Turner, and I chose to
Interesting
kill
question
Turner.
is, has there ever been an easier mechanic? Have fun with your tank buster. I sure
Yeah,
will.
I think now I might die.
Yeah, I think so.
Whoa, that's big!
I used all my tank busters to survive the laser that I wasn't supposed to take alone, so I knew I was fucked when the actual buster happened.
I guess it's just bigger relative because the arena's smaller.
Yeah, it's the same exact thing. So it's huge.
So the first HP check is when the 3 people take their towers because they had previously taken a tether.
Yep.
So
And
HP
then
was dropped,
made
and then
me.
3, the tower soak does damage. So yeah, 3 people
Yeah.
are the first ones that have to be healed
Yeah.
up.
I
The
know-
tower soak does 30k in DPS.
Yeah. It's not
yeah,
huge, so
it's
like
not that
I literally just come in and do Indom. Like I'm not supposed to blow anything there really.
Do you want me the tactician?
No.
Okay.
It's like it's just pure HP.
Yeah, no, it's not a mid,
It's
yeah,
not
it's
even like
just-
mid. It's just pure HP. That's
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
If me and Elastic both do one thing, you'll live, basically.
I just solved the who pulls first dilemma. Remind me afterwards.
North.
Okay.
East.
Mars.
Nobody was in the tower.
No, literally. Also, nobody took my tether.
Don't worry about where people are because everybody has to go near the towers. So like,
When
yeah.
you're grabbing a tether, are you calling the cardinal direction someone's located at, or are you calling where you're going once you have the tether?
I was just gonna say, please. The first set, I know it's gonna suck, but the first set, we can't use cardinals to call the tethers because we're already using
Yeah,
cardinals to call
it's-
towers. It's
That
like a
kind
fucking.
of that kind of
time-
confused me because I took it the other way.
The first tethers are both coming from south. You just need to watch where the other person is. Like they're both gonna get picked up from the same exact place. After that, then you're
I
calling.
don't
it first.
understand how it's confusing though, because like a tether cardinal is literally never gonna be a tower cardinal.
Yeah, yeah, I'm kind of with Elastic on that one, where it's just like if you know you're a tower, and like you know they're at north and east, and someone like he said when he was explaining the whole thing initially, if someone calls west, that's totally not relevant to you, and you know that's not relevant to you.
Because you say east, and then both people who are tower people grab the south tower, not realizing that there's a north tower, and then they die. That's what I'm saying. The first one doesn't even need to be called for tether, because you can plainly see where both tethers are. They're both coming from the exact same place.
Greaves does bring
Or
up a good point there that yeah we
we
can
could
discern
even
between
do,
tower
like,
and tether.
One
Yes,
calls
that's
a
what I wanna do.
direction, one calls like a waymark.
One calls like the
Mm,
actual.
I like
direction
in the
I
name.
like player because
Yeah,
you can
it's
also
player.
clearly see who has the tether.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start with just saying tethers call people and towers call locations, and the first tether shouldn't need called because it's, I mean, it's like impossible that you wouldn't see where it goes. Oh yeah, and the reason why I was gonna say I should always be pulling first, Greaves, in theory, is because I start with Sheltron charges and I have self-healing. So I think it makes sense for Paladin to always pull.
You
But
also
I mean, just leave your stance on, because I naturally took threat, so
you also pull with slightly more threat, I think.
yeah, I do. That's why we'll both just leave stance on, but it works itself out because I should have it first, so yeah. Okay.
Which is like that's actually pretty big versus what is it, lightning thing?
Yeah, I can kowtow. I was trying to think about which one made more sense, and I'm like, oh, actually, with
You
all
can
the
also
shit-
pre-position and immediately have him just turn perfectly, I think.
I don't know. I think Barry should switch to dark and have it press 8 buttons before he pulls.
Team Carpal Tunnel. Hell yeah. I'm not even gonna turn him because we want all the tethers in south, right? So, there's literally no point. Yeah.
North.
Beta.
Get on us.
Okay. I'm getting Riv.
Getting buried.
Yeah, there was no way I could wait longer.
And Leo. Oh,
Gorge violation. I like it.
Yeah,
I
I
just-
wasn't
just
sure
chuckled.
if I was late or you were early.
You were, yeah. I just laughed because it's like the thing is like a half second from blowing up, and you're directly between the two tethers on the whole.
I mean,
other-
I got like I tried to move around him, but I just
I have
got-
a real
I
quick.
got-
I have a real quick comment. Since there's that brief second before everything starts appearing after we get our numbers, remember the threes can step forward.
Yeah, that's what I did on that pull.
Yeah,
That's
I think
true.
I think a lot of us do step forward.
But only the three should step forward.
Yeah,
because
only threes.
then they automatically get the tethers.
And one should take the furthest out, probably. Beta.
Alpha.
Where's my spread?
Yeah, I'll take north.
Oh, you're Rex.
I got the
West.
West.
Got Turner.
Okay.
Take the north tower.
Come center. Look at your debuffs. I know we didn't talk about the sword, but just look at it and process like as shit's coming
Oh
out.
yeah. Wait to heal until Lage falls off. Yeah.
Tanks and healers, go to the closest safe spot by A. Just do it. We're dead, but just pay. Let's see what happens. So your number is when you're getting hit with Kyrios, which is a spread. So ones just got hit, twos are about to get hit, so you should be away. Threes will get hit soon. Fours will get hit soon.
They're
Best part is the body gets hit.
Okay, sorry, but I don't want to.
I knew.
Yeah,
I knew what you
okay.
meant, but they are both Kyrios.
So yeah, super fast, like heuristic here. So unfortunately, it doesn't actually split by roll, which appeared to be the case. But so basically, the way this works is we need a 1, 2, and 3, and 4 on each of the 2 safe sides. So to figure this out quickly, you're gonna have to identify who your partner is, and then make sure that you're on the opposite side of them. What we could do is create some sort of oh fuck, I didn't clip that. I should have clipped that. I can go back to it, but the pattern to see what it is. But I think until we know the pattern, we should assume we need to do a trick like what Elastic is suggesting, because otherwise it's just going to be an insane amount of mental overload. So here's the way this is going to work. If you get a 1, we have the marks, right? The marks are at 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the room. Go towards your mark. So like, let's say that I get a 2, I'm gonna come out towards the 2. The other person who gets a 2 is also gonna come out towards the 2. And then there's gonna be a safe spot, and we're gonna split to go to the closer safe spot. That's, I think, the closest like way to think about, or that's like the most simple way to think about this. I don't know where the starting points can be for these, like if they can be on east, west, north, you know, like if they're intercards or whatever. I think we should just assume, for the sake of simplicity, they can't appear on these, and then once they do, we can add additional rules. So like, if I'm a 2, let's say me and Leo are 2s, we're both coming out to 2, we naturally spread out a little bit, and then because we ended up in this position, if there's a safe spot at 3 and a safe spot at 1, I go to 3 and Leo goes to 1.
Actually, looking at the recording right now, and in our example, the cleaves were initially hitting 1 and 3, so 2 would have been in a safe spot to start. And we had one set up where we had a pair of support that were partnered, a pair of DPS that were partnered, and then 2 mismatch sets.
I just thought of an easy way to fix this anyways.
PlayStation rules.
So, no, even easier. So, again, so me and Leo came out here. Let's imagine for a second 2 and 4 are safe. The person to the left stays, the person to the right goes.
No.
Then clockwise. Come on, dude. You can't make this shit like 1,000 times more complicated than it needs to be because you don't know left and right.
You only need a parity
Clockwise,
system within your
you
role,
can
right?
think about it clockwise. The clockwise side person is going across.
Sounds good.
Fair?
Yeah.
And to be clear, you don't need to go all the way to the mark. Like, it's probably a bad idea to go all the way to the mark. Just go outside of the boss hitbox where you're like... we can actually just move the marks. That's probably a smarter idea, right? So let's put them like... This floor kind of sucks to do this, but...
I was also going to say
something
that with even if it were pure random, that you could theoretically do a 4-person priority system by just having tanks and support have a priority system and DPS having a priority system for who swaps.
You could,
Yeah.
you kind of set up a rule list, sort of like Titan jails.
I'm personally just kind of scared of the mental math of trying to look at the party list and play games with like how many people are swapping and where am I at in this whole thing.
You would only care about your partner, right?
Yeah, you only care about your partner.
So like
Yeah.
if I'm partnered with Rex for example, and let's say I was a higher swap priority because he's a caster, I would just be like, oh, Rex and I have the same number. I go to the other side. I don't care what everybody else has. I only care who my partner is.
You guys have a preference between those two strategies? I don't.
No,
Really
because how does that? So if your partner's Rex and you guys have different numbers, but you and Turner have the same number.
Well,
Right.
Your partner is the
partner
person
is-
with your number.
Right, your partner is the person with your number. It's not. You basically just have a priority system in your team of like,
Yeah.
if I am
gotcha.
partnered with so and so.
I thought you meant I'm only looking at this person to see if
No,
they have the
no.
same
Yeah,
number.
the kind,
No,
the
you
kind of
Don't
priority
worry.
system where it's that.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
it's
that's what I
literally-
was. That's what I was saying with
Wait,
like the
that's-
box was. It's similar-ish to the eyes thing, where like the person here is basically always going to move if there's a pair. Like if they're paired up, this person's only going to move if the south two people have a pair. This person's only going to move if this person matches them.
What I'm saying though, I think both ways, both the way that I suggested and the way that Rib just suggested, have pretty limited amounts of information you have to process, which I kind of am down for. I know what you mean by the corners also elastic, but I think it's more prone to people trying to grab the same spot at the same time, and then just like being a bit of a clusterfuck. So like, and the other upshot of doing a priority system is if two people are really fucking bad at this mechanic, we can actually give them a guaranteed spot.
Yeah,
Which is a
same
pretty
with.
big advantage.
I think it's literally the same solution, just different.
Just
different
misunderstanding.
phrasing. Yeah.
Which I kind of like. I will always swap because then I don't have to see what's left, right? And clockwise and counterclockwise.
Well, you also
Yeah.
won't always have to swap because it could just be solved.
Okay, so then, yeah, so always swap. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything, unfortunately. It's only if you're needing someone to swap that it matters. So let's think about how would this play out, like in a real example. So me and Rex get one. Where are we at in the room?
So if we
Right.
it depends on which strat we're doing. Like if we did the one where we split support DPS ahead of time, then that would put you at north and Rex would be at south initially, and you would already be on opposite sides, so you don't have to do anything.
Okay, so we're saying all tanks and healers start at north. All DPS start at south, which means that if my partner is a DPS, I'm done.
Right.
If my partner is a support or I'm sorry, if my partner is a support, we have a priority system to determine who swaps, and we totally ignore the other party, right?
Right. Right.
I like
Because
that. That makes sense.
if you have a
Okay.
yeah, because if you have to swap on your side, that guarantees someone on the other side has to swap, and so it'll fix.
So are we starting north south? Doesn't make sense, right? Because it could be anywhere. We have to pick like a
We'd have
random
to do
radial
like the
limit cut thing.
the T
Yeah.
the T rune cut.
So it's like 4A, 1B is support starting spots, and 2C, 3D is DPS starting spots. Right?
Well, yeah. Well, that is fine. If we start at A and just say we go, like if we're at A and the DPS is at C, and just go clockwise until the safe spot. Like we'll never go left of A, or west of A. Sorry, whatever.
That's
you know what I
that's
mean?
not what I said, but I'm fine with that too. I just want us to be on the same page. So how do you guys want to slice the arena? If we start at A, are we starting at A and C and going clockwise? Or are we starting at 4 and 2 and going clockwise?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're starting at A and C. I'm gonna take notes on this shit. So, starting. Okay. And then
So with that 4-person priority system, as an example, because I'm the second to last, only ahead of Rex, that means I only actually have to check Rex, because if it's Turner or Leo that I'm partnered with, they're doing the swap anyway.
yeah. Okay. So support,
So,
come to me, and let's make a lineup that's like our priority here. So, who never wants to swap? Actually, healer. We want one healer to be the most likely swap, because that would put you on the other side, and then we don't have all
I
healers on
can
one side.
I can like
right?
always swap.
Well, it's not always. It's just the most common. Because
Right.
it's if we're pre-sorted, then nobody's allowed to swap, and that's actually the worst case scenario, because that means there's both healers are on one side and we can't do anything
Yeah.
about it.
But we could have Elastic be a never swap and Thomas be a prefer swap.
Actually, it's not really true that we couldn't do anything about it, because we could change this, and instead of being tanks and healers, we could just swap a healer with somebody on the other side. But I don't know if it's worth the mental energy to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We could
I'm-
do swap the
I'm-
healer, and both are never swap.
It depends. Which
If we need,
that.
if
No,
we
that's
need
great.
that.
Let's do that. That makes way more sense. Let's do that. Because that guarantees that we always have even amounts of healing, which makes this not like a thing that we're going to learn over the course of weeks. So I'm down with
One
that.
DPS has to be in support team, basically. I don't know if anybody
Yeah,
has
so
to-
pick a DPS who wants to come north. Okay, Turner came north.
I'll always swap.
So Turner, you're the most frequent swap. You're not
Yeah.
always swap.
Yeah.
Okay, so then Turner wants to be most common. So we're saying swap priority.
Me, you, Greaves.
Swap priority is Turner. Turner, me, Greaves, Elastic, which is never.
Yeah.
And then swap logic on the other one is what? I know Thomas is the never, but what's the other
Lee.
spots?
Leo, Riv, Rex would be that order.
I would assume it'd be like Rex is second least likely to swap.
Yes. So
Yeah.
when a swap is needed, Leo is first, then Riv, then Rex, then Thomas in terms of priority. Thomas just can't, so he just ignores swapping. Yeah. So again, this process is gonna be like I'm just gonna sim it with my group. So let's say that we get oh, I can't do that, lol.
Just do paired, like what we do with Sophia. Oh, there's that too. 'Cause, wait, are there
Yeah.
4 of the chains?
There are
Okay,
not
so
four
in
chains
this scenario, what happens? Quiz. Turner swaps.
Are these? I was like, are these supposed to be? Our
2
number
and 2
pairs?
are 2 and 2
Yeah.
are yeah. So because you're paired with a support, Turner, all you care about is are you paired with a support. Since you're paired with a support, you swap. Something similar happened on the other side. So if
yeah,
you are
there's
paired
no
with your
numbers,
own group,
but the fact that there's one swap means I swap.
not necessarily.
No.
Not necessarily, no.
Not necessarily. Yeah.
What?
The,
You-
the,
you-
the
you
number,
only swap if
the
your
other
number
pair
matches.
swaps.
Yes. So you don't care what's happening on our side of the arena at all. You only care what's happening within your own side. So if your partner is a DPS, Leo, you swap. If your partner is not a DPS, you don't swap. For Riv and Rex, it's slightly more nuanced because if their partner is
Oh,
DPS
okay.
and not you, they swap.
Okay, no, so I fully understood this before, but I was completely tripped up by the fact that we just pre-swap the always swaps.
Yeah.
We have one person pre-swapped. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's not DPS. Good point. And you may want to switch your list. It's not DPS. It is for Turner and for Leo.
It's ours and healer. Ours
Thomas,
and Thomas.
and Riv and Rex. Yeah, like Leo is Tom, Riv, Rex. For Turner, it is Elastic Greaves me that you need to look for. So you may want to sort your party to put those people at the top or whatever to make it easier for you. And then for other people, like in my case, all I care about is am I partnered with Greaves or Elastic? The other ones don't matter. For Greaves, he only cares if he's partnered with Elastic. And Elastic never moves.
Elastic gets to look at his second monitor.
Yes.
It's a little
This
early
actually
for that.
this actually has another funky advantage to having starting with healers on both sides. That is, and that is healers are the only ones that give a shit the order of their party list, like all the time. Tanks are like sometimes, but like you could just be in an order like you're already at the top anyway.
Okay,
So-
so just in interest of getting tries in, does
What?
everybody understand their own swap conditions? That's all that matters. If you don't,
Yeah.
then it's cool. Let's just figure it out now.
Do I only care if I'm paired with Riv?
You only care if you're paired with Thomas. If you're
Oh.
paired with me, I swap, so you don't care.
Yep. You will literally only swap if your partner is Thomas, and everything else you can totally ignore.
Okay. Because Thomas is staying at all times when I'm second least likely. Or about.
Right.
Yep. Correct.
Because you're trying to force a healer to stay on each side, basically.
So my suggestion would be set up your party list so that the right people are on top, and it makes your life easier.
But we're all in top.
True.
No.
Also, real
Okay.
quick to note, until we see otherwise, it is technically possible, I think, to have 2 swaps, right?
Yes.
So,
You
just
won't.
just because you see someone move doesn't mean you cannot look at it.
Nothing
Always
matters
swap. Yeah.
except you and your partner. Like literally ignore the universe except you and your partner. Let's
Right,
worry
so
about
like,
sorting into the pairs and not talk about the mechanic yet. Just go.
So like if like me and Leo both are partnered, and then Rex
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
Thomas
go
are partnered, Then Leo is moving and I'm not because I see Leo's my partner. He's higher priority. Then Rex is moving, but Thomas is not because though he sees he's partnered with Thomas.
Yep. And
Yeah,
it
then
will work out, but you don't have to care. Like, it's gonna work
Yeah.
out. Just do your own thing.
Because that means on the other side, that means two people have to swap on the
Yes.
other side. So
Yeah.
And you just won't need to give a shit. But yeah, that's what'll happen.
by the pigeonhole principle.
And then
Herbs,
also
did
do
I-
the actual mechanics.
Yeah,
Yes.
don't worry about the mechanic yet. Just let's try to get the
Yeah.
sword. Let's try to get the sword, and then we'll talk about the mechanic.
The I guess the only thing
yeah,
to
I was
note
doing the
initially is
countdown,
just
right?
like your number is the order you need to be not with everybody else. That's the
Yeah,
only- yeah, that's like the
Lunar
first thing.
division is 2 to D and then 4 to B.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, they said A and C as a starting point. So go to Alpha or Charlie and go clockwise till a save point.
But the save points are really big, so like most pulls
Yeah,
you won't even move.
yeah, say at most we're probably not even.
And
It's
if you
just
do
like
have,
if we start on top of an AoE, rotate.
Beta.
somebody moved early. Okay, got it.
I'll get Riv.
North.
West.
Yeah, I was just like, can you rotate around?
You could go through around on the other side though.
I grab
Oh,
it.
true. I already have a tether.
Yeah. Basically, the people who are grabbing tethers, they take the middle. Like you have full fucking thing. If someone else goes in the middle, then like that's on them.
Yeah.
My brain was just don't take.
I think this is earlier prog footage, but I did see teams have a thing where like the two people who are supposed to take would just go in the middle and just fucking spaz out.
Yeah, we can literally stand on each other. Like it's.
It was
Yeah.
the P4S strat where they just do it like ring around until they don't see a tether leaving middle, and then they're like, all right, we got it.
Oh, T13 T13 final phase twisters.
Yeah.
All right,
people
let's
who
just get
cur-
more pulls in.
yeah.
I'm open to changing this shit, but I just want to
Yeah.
I want to establish like a baseline. So let's just. Oh, I keep forgetting that's me. God fucking damn it. I know. Just like, please.
It's been 40
I
years.
feel like
Chain
Greaves is
pull, guys.
always
Chain
full.
pull.
I know. I'm like, come on, team. Yeah, it was. It was
Yeah.
Steel, sorry.
Oh yeah.
There's in a tank buster, so you don't
Oh,
have to
I
do the
can't do
crazy
that.
opening.
Nice thing about these markers is you can tell how close you are to center.
I worked hard when I haphazardly threw them down. Delta.
Galdian.
Rid.
South.
Turner.
Harry.
I got doomed, but I don't know why.
I think I
Sure,
missed
missed tower. Yeah, missed tower.
Yeah.
That is what it was.
Yeah,
That
we
was
need
like
like,
a-
Because the party died too.
Yeah.
yeah, I think we keep having the issue of like two people getting to the same tower at like the same time, and then. Oh, I didn't hear it at all. So.
Quiet right now. It could have just been like
Yeah,
yeah. I don't think you're
I was
actually quiet right now.
Greaves should just shout across
Jesus
the house.
fucking Christ, I
to
did it
Leo,
again.
and then Leo can tell us what Greaves is calling.
Just
Around
establish a
many
system of
corners.
Morse code and start banging on your wall so that he knows what you're gonna do.
I feel like I'm in Tron.
You're gonna feel like you're in hell before it's all over.
Delta.
I've got
Grab
Barry.
Okay, I'll grab up Greaves then.
South.
Delta.
Thomas.
Yo.
Good.
Wait.
Think about your partners.
Yep, go north or south here. Yeah. First missile's out.
Ooh.
Just damage, I think.
I got doomed. This is one.
Pretty
I
sure
was
that was
one and I was out on our side, but everyone died, so I think it was damage on our side.
Oh, were you a 1 on our side?
No, I was on south. I swapped.
Okay.
Just
Yeah,
pure partners.
gotcha.
Yeah. Do you want to look at it?
I took like
No, I just
140
was like, when you said our side, I was like, oh, then you should have swapped. But you
Yeah, no, sorry.
you meant
I-
the appropriate side.
I meant the side I was on.
Okay,
yeah.
so first
I
of all,
took a
before
metric
any of
fuck
that,
baby
did
damage.
we end up on the correct sides?
I saw 4 people on my half of the arena, which
Yeah, I had to
means
swap.
maybe, but
There was 4 on my side.
I swapped as well. So if nobody else swapped, we were probably right. Anybody else swap? Okay, I think we were right.
Cool.
Okay, so now let's talk about how we're actually going to resolve this, and then we'll worry about the mid. I don't care about the mid yet. So here's what's going to happen. 4 people end up on your side. We all understand how that happens. We're not going to rehash it. So bring over 3 people that are volunteers. Come here. One of you go away. All right, so I'm going to number us.
This is a possible configuration as well.
Okay, so you could be any number. The fact that you're not swapping does not dictate anything about your number. So you just could be any number. So here's what happens. We need to put the person who's being hit with the next missile away from the other 3, and the other 3 need to stack because the laser is a split line AoE. And there's also a fuck ton of AoEs that are just dodgeable everywhere. So the rough idea for this, do we want the laser to be in the back or the front? Anybody have a strong opinion?
I think
Okay.
front will be easier.
Okay, so then let's do laser front. So imagine that our safe spot goes from like basically just about Charlie to let's say here. So the 3 people who are not 1 come to the front because we're in the laser. Rex is 1, so he's in the back. Now, mind you, we are rotating. So like you're not really going to go all the way to the back because it's about to catch up with you and you're going to have to keep moving. So you kind of go back like a little bit further than where you want to start. You drop your circle AoEs and we start moving. And we're going to like shuffle forward as Rex shuffles forward, and Rex is going to get hit by an undodgeable AoE. Once he gets hit, he is going to blast forward to catch up with us at the laser. So like you're going to get hit. I'm going to clear your number. And then you would run up into the group. At the same time, the first laser went off, and since I'm number 2, I am going to start drifting backwards. This is way easier said than done because those circle AoEs are on the ground. So the part that's hard here is internalizing the timing of when you can actually run across those circles. So like, it's going to be like Rex blasts forward. I'm kind of drifting back a little bit so that I don't get killed by the AoEs. And after a couple seconds, I'll be in the back. My laser will, or my missile will go off. So once that happens, God, I hate the way these marks work. I will come forward and 3 goes back. And
So,
then 3 goes off and then 4 goes back.
Real quick, I would like to propose just swapping laser to be back so that 3 AoEs aren't dropping in the direction that people need to run. Like if the lasers are
Good point.
against
No,
like
that's
the
a
part
good
that's
point.
rotating, like we'll have 3 drop in an already not safe spot, and the only person dropping an AoE is the lone person.
It completely makes sense. I agree. So laser is in the back, missile is in the front. So the person with the missile needs to get ahead of the group, drop the missile, and then drift backwards. The other 3 will be stacked, and the damage is pretty fucking high during this. So I think like mitts and stuff need to go out, and you need to be like expecting to heal a shitload during this. So there's gonna be 4 blasts. After the 4th blast, everyone except tanks books it. Well, for now, forget about whose job it is. Just after it's over, the thing you want to do in your head is if you're not a tank, you run into the boss hitbox. If you are a tank, you go to your number. So, do you want to be 1 or 2, Greaves? Yeah, sorry, 1 or 4. Okay, so I'm going to go to 4, Greaves is going to go to 1, and we cannot be in the hitbox. So me and Greaves are out of the hitbox. For now, all 6 of you are in the hitbox. Then we blow up spectacularly, and we're proud of ourselves for doing it correct. Yeah, what's up? There's a debuff timer. Okay, the debuffs are really fucking weird. So you get a number, which is cool, but it doesn't have a duration. Then you have a red debuff, which is the missile, and that is a specific timer for when that will resolve, but that's what the number is alluding to. And then there's the prey, which is the laser beam is going to be baited on you, which I actually don't think... I can't figure out, like, it doesn't look like people are body blocking it in the footage I saw. It might need body blocked or not. I think let's just assume it doesn't, and then somebody will die or not, and we'll know. But for now, let's just ignore it.
Does the prey show up later if you're...
No, it's on you the entire time. It's a 28-second duration for the longest person. But you won't have to care, because like I said, like...
Yeah, prey doesn't matter. Literally, if you're solving the missile thing, you're solving the
good.
prey.
That's the whole
automatically.
mechanic. Yep.
Yeah, the Vuln's only 2 seconds, so the Vuln is irrelevant.
If you get a Vuln longer than 2 seconds, it's because you got hit by an avoidable AoE. That's the only reason
Yeah.
that you would ever get the 9-second Vuln.
So yeah, I don't think there's no like body blocking the Vuln thing like from Final.
I don't
Tank
think so
before.
either, yeah. So, okay.
I mean, it
I
does,
don't-
however, a fuck ton of damage. I took
It's a lot.
147,000.
Well, that's if you take it alone. You
No,
should
that was
take
with all
147 with people.
3. All 3 of us took 147. Or in
No,
that game.
I
Can
took
you,
that-
can you put?
No,
Hey,
yeah.
Rex
can someone
actually
post a
didn't get hit by
screenshot?
it.
Can someone post a screenshot of the party?
Oh, did he
Never mind,
die to
never
an
mind.
AoE
I'll-
He
before?
died
it
to an
counted?
He died to an AoE. Like it actually just hit you and me. I checking my footage, and Rex like died to an AoE immediately after. So like the line went out because he stepped into his AoE that he baited, but then Barry's was still there, so he actually got hit by his like literally half a second after. So I think the story is how is the party moving? Are we moving around his
Very close. Yeah.
hitbox, or are we moving like more max
Because melee want to hit the boss, so you need to be near the hitbox. You can't just not hit him the whole time.
So I mean, how close are we?
Just outside edge of the hitbox.
Okay.
Like, try to be within max melee range.
Okay.
There's only going to be one AoE on the ground because of the way we're doing this, so it's not going to be that. It's not going to be that bad. We just need to, yeah. It's mostly organization and moving at the right times. All right,
Yeah.
and let me take a note really quick. So laser in the back.
I think the only person who would
Missile
even
in
think
the
about
front.
being further
Max
back would be
melee.
whoever is taking the solo thing. Because that would put the AoE they drop out of everybody else's way, but even then, I don't think it actually really ends up in the way if they
It's
are
so
fast.
big, yeah. I just dropped mine and there was a ton of space, so it's
Yeah.
fine. Okay.
I think the movement will be easier for closer in general.
Rotational velocity, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Well,
But
also, I mean,
Angular
What?
versus
it's
linear.
whatever.
What?
I do have something to add, but we'll get there. Maybe.
Fine. I'm just trying to keep people kind of.
Yeah. We need to practice everything else way more than the end of Panto.
It was very off center.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I just need to get used to what I'm doing in the beginning.
Delta.
I'll get Greaves.
Okay.
I'll cross for tower.
Thomas.
It was scuffed because there was like a couple passes. So Greaves was on the right side, so I was expecting the tether to be the one that I was supposed to grab to be the one that was on the left. Were you supposed to have a tether?
Yeah.
Then Thomas miscalled it. Because I was supposed to have the other tether.
I was.
Actually,
No.
wait.
Was
I
Me and him
too?
were
Wait.
four.
I was a tower. You're right. Okay, my
Yeah,
bad.
you were.
That makes sense. Yeah.
You being gaslit.
I can't
That's
gaslight
what
you.
we
Very,
I'm,
very easy during Prague.
Yeah.
I'm not gaslighting you. I literally don't know what's happening. That's not the same thing.
You were wrong, not a gaslight.
Yeah, it's. I just was completely fucking incorrect.
Cool, I just invented a new opener.
Yeah, I actually am using a modified opener in order to
Oh my.
double True North.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't even
that-
want to talk about that, but yeah. It's a 2 minute and 8 second phase, so.
Yeah.
Delta.
I'll get Riv.
You got
Yeah.
Leo?
Okay,
Data.
I'll get Thomas.
Yeah.
That was just damage, I think, right?
It was.
We're good. Just keep going. You can res him and recover. Think about your pairs. Get to your starting spot in the room. You'll still get a number, Thomas. The 2 is in the group. It was 1 was not here, but I don't know if they were where they're supposed to be. They just weren't in the group. 2 was in the group, or south side.
So those AoE, so those little puddles linger.
Yeah, so that's what I
Yeah.
was gonna say was, as we rotate around the boss, we might want to stagger, like, be max melee, then be in the hitbox.
It's like
Just so, like, we're
zigzag.
not, we're not, like, rotating around the boss fully every time.
They
We're
take a
kind of
little
like,
while to
drop
go
one
off,
out,
too.
drop one in, drop one out, drop one in, just to give more space.
You're saying like I'm just trying to understand what you're saying. You're saying basically they linger and the rotation speed is too slow, so they're a problem.
Right. Like, we eat into the safe space based on the personal-based AoEs, not based on the rotational ones. You know what I mean? So, like, we'll catch up to the missile people. If we just strictly dodge
it.
the circle AoEs...
Okay, so
think-
out of hitbox, in hitbox, out of hitbox, in hitbox. Just keep in mind it's a fat line too, so like if we kind of
Yeah.
it'll be not as strict as it seems, but yeah.
Right.
Okay. Makes sense. Sorry, what did you want to say, Elastic, about the next part? Do you want to say that?
That.
Or... you go?
That specific...
that.
that. Yeah,
Oh,
it's like... I just didn't want to... Like, I wanted to see if it was truly going to be an issue, which I think it is going to be.
It was really fun. It was like time for that first laser, and it's like, oh, they're like 9 million personals, still where we should be.
I'll try to
standing.
call 1 out, 2 out, 3 out, 4 out to like keep people at least right now like on track with what's going on. But
Yeah, I just misread the starting location. I tried to rush to the correct side and didn't make it. We do not have eyes.
Delta.
okay,
I got Barry.
I'll get Grease.
Alpha. Nice job. Go center. Start to get into your starting side. Check for swaps when this cast finishes. One's out. One's out. Yep. Two's out. Yeah. Three's out. So yeah, people were running so far. It's like
Yeah,
completely.
the flamethrower is like deceptively slow. Like, you don't have to move until the orange appears. You don't have to like pre-dodge it.
So I'd
Here's
like
a- yeah.
clarification on what we mean by laser front or back and missile front or
Late-
back. Which
late-
is
It's the
Laser
direction of
hugs.
rotation.
Yeah, laser
Laser is
hugs
slow.
the
Laser is slow. Okay, got it.
Yeah, laser's
laser
being
hugs
chased.
the AoE we just walked out of.
Yeah. Laser is being chased and missile is chasing, if you want to think about it that way, by the flamethrower. And one other thing. So when you're in the laser group, stacking up tightly will help a lot. Because what happened the last time is like we were fanned out really far, and it just was like we had to run super far every time because we were just covering the entire like radial with AoEs. So remember, we're kind of starting outside the hitbox at max melee, and then we're going just barely out of that circle into the hitbox, and then back out in like a Z, right? And you're just skipping the time that you have a missile. It's gonna be a little bit rough. Like it's obviously not gonna be perfect, but that's the rough
Turn your stance
approximation.
back on.
Is the front person zigzagging too, or
The front person just needs to get out.
Yeah,
Their
but-
shit'll be gone by the time we catch up to them.
Probably
so.
wouldn't want to zigzag as an out person, as a front person.
I think the most important thing as front is get as close to the front as you possibly can. Like, really fucking get up there, because the further back you are, the more of a problem that your circle will present for everyone else. Like,
So
you
I'm
want to
not
get
gonna zigzag?
Get up in that. Flussy?
if you want to play it
tried.
safe, being at range from the boss probably helps too if you're the missile person. But yeah,
What'd you say, Greaves? It's not my best.
Sure, this guy's flamethrower gets to be useful, but if I'm a machinist,
Yeah, I want that flamethrower.
only hits the boss if you're standing in his hitbox. Because it just keeps rotating. Freeze up. I'll grab him turner.
Okay.
Delta.
Riv.
Beta.
Blasting.
Might be. I just need to sprint earlier.
There was nobody at Alpha Tower.
I'm gonna expedient as soon as the towers come out, and then you can use your sprint for 3 and 4, and that way we have it basically for the whole mechanic. Well, nearly the whole mechanic.
It's one of those fights where sprint is good everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't think
Unfortunately,
sprint's gonna
they
be very
nerfed-
helpful in Panto.
Unfortunately,
I've been saving it for Panto because getting ahead of the group faster.
Yeah,
is gonna be
that's what
very
I was gonna say.
valuable.
I don't know if you can use it, but that's
Oh,
fine.
yeah,
Just
I could use
try.
it here. I'm gonna use it there for a bit, but I don't know. I could save it for Panto if you guys want it there.
But it's a shit button.
There's actually things to mitt in Panto.
It's just another Turner take.
When is experience 2?
I want charge on expedient, please.
Freeze up.
Beta.
I'll grab Rex.
Harley.
Got Leo.
I got Thomas.
Emma?
I'll grab Turner.
Grab that.
Literally like 200.
I know. I have so much fucking movement there, dude.
Yeah. It's really hard to resist saying anything as well.
Try to get something out of it. Check your debuffs. Ones are out. Two is out. Three's out. Oh, okay. There was somebody directly in the flamethrower at the beginning. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, okay. I was just like,
We got LB1, guys! Oh,
You know
oh.
what's going crazy?
I almost survived. It only did like 1.6 million combined with all the bullshit I got hit by there. 3 line AoEs and 2 tank busters that all give magic vault.
If only they didn't stat crunch us.
Yeah, surely.
You would have a 30 million misery by now.
That's nothing, Barry. That's how much I took from Divine Spear.
So
every time.
north side group tried to be a little further away from the boss. We were all like too close, so we were rotating too quickly. Max melee, so you should be outside of the red circle.
Freeze up.
Alpha.
I
Okay,
got
Rex.
Riv. Look at the other one.
Good Turner.
Thomas.
What's up?
Charlie. Or I'll get Beta.
Thank you.
Someone needs to get me.
Second tether was never grabbed.
That would be the tether for number 2.
Yes.
I had 3, so at least it wasn't me. That's all I care about.
Just go.
Yeah, Barry.
Basically, always the 4th person that's gonna die.
Yeah, because I used all my instants, aka my 1 Lily and 1 Tetra on the 3 people.
Because I've been
Yeah.
indoming for 3 and 4.
I've been trying to bloodbath when my thing's about to run out.
Yeah, needless to say, that was the time to second wind. By the way, when you lose your HP debuff.
Hyper potion, bitch. Freeze up.
Delta.
Yeah.
Alpha.
I got Rex.
Ah, crap.
GK.
I don't think I've ever heard Barry's character voice. Do /laugh right now.
That's okay.
He has nothing to laugh about.
This is serious business.
Yeah.
Freeze up. Use care.
Rex.
Someone went through the boss.
Yeah, that was my bad.
We were all already dead. It was fading to black. The tower needed to explode.
Yes.
Yes. You must be punished enough to understand what you've done wrong.
It just seems unnecessary.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be Light Rampant, where the moment one thing goes wrong, the entire screen goes white, all the sound effects blur together, and you have no idea what happened. First opener tag. I could take an auto on purpose for third eye.
Only next expansion, we'll get to see that probably again.
Do it on blue.
Freeze up.
And Riv.
Okay.
Theta. Oh, okay.
Alpha.
Thomas.
Beta.
Okay, get to your preset spots. Get ready to look for your partner. Ones are out. Just noticed a problem.
It's rotated.
Yeah,
right?
you can't pre-position that. You have to wait and see.
We need to start in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, it
That's
can
what I did wrong.
I
Oh,
remember
starting
to
in the
stop.
middle of that safe spot.
You have to start in the middle of the safe spot because you don't know which way it's rotating. So if you try to like do some initial placement and you're wrong, it's like impossible to correct.
Ah, that sounds familiar.
So everybody just, yeah, everybody should, all 4 people should be clustered at the center of the safe spot, basically.
Everyone gets to know what I.
It's too early for this level of insanity.
we
Turner.
need to mute our DPS player.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's please.
This
I'm gonna-
Pantocrator is really reminding me of Pantocrator.
The floor here is made out of floor.
I'm gonna make a redeem sub for 1 bit that is to silence Turner for 2 hours.
Also, hey, we aren't lowering our
I'm like gonna throw.
voice quality every week.
Oh, I've not been using my thingies. My job as. Oh.
3 forward.
I'm moving. Grease.
Alta.
I got elastic. So
Dark, okay, yeah.
Riv.
Delta.
Oh, I was too close.
Oh shit.
This wall.
I got Rex. Sorry, it's 3. Okay.
Yeah, I was noticing like as long as he's center, you can be in melee range with a tether, but then like the other people actually have to be next to the tower. They can't be like lingering 10 feet off to the side.
Okay, that was my bad.
Damn it, Leo. That's gonna be in my head for the entire fucking mechanic.
So Barry, if you made a channel point redeem for 1 point, I would be able to redeem that like 30,000 times.
True, think of all the silence you could buy.
60,000 hours.
Breathe up.
Delta.
I'll grab from Greaves, I guess.
Alta.
Grabbing from Elastic.
I wouldn't go all the way around the barn and just fuck myself.
Watch your food, Greaves.
Oh yeah.
If the
He's
food hog is
back. He's back.
Jehael, you didn't eat your food.
How interesting.
Hmm. Would be a shame if you had to go to the food chamber.
What?
That's a little tacky.
You
That's
see,
the
Rex,
point.
we've gone a
And
little
get
insane in the
fed with
absence of your
food
regular
and,
food reminders.
Yeah, Savage is rough without you, buddy.
Just imagine, we don't get a break from any of these people. They're just always there.
Freeze up.
Bravo.
Reese.
Alpha.
I'll get a berry.
Stop.
Eh.
I'll get Leo. Or I'll get doomed.
A 1 or a 3 missed the tower.
I think that was me.
All good.
That mechanic is hell, so it'll be a while.
Was I 3? I thought I was 1. I don't remember.
I grabbed a.
I think wasn't Leo the other 3?
I grabbed a
Yeah,
tether
yeah.
from you, so I was definitely.
I would say I shielded Leo and Graves, I'm pretty sure, so I thought they were 3s.
Four people uncertain if they were 3, we collectively fail. Try harder.
I think it was me and Leo.
Me too. But then I saw Leo grab a tether that I thought I was supposed to grab, and then I got stun locked again.
Is probably happening.
This fight's too hard, I quit.
Something definitely did.
Freeze up.
Do you guys remember last poll?
Alpha.
I'll get rid.
Charlie?
I'll get Rex.
Elton.
B.
Hello?
Oh! So, I thought I was 4.
Hang on, weird.
Sorry.
Do we walk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's more than 2 people dead, I don't think.
My bad.
I don't know, maybe with Red Mage, if we could get 3 off. I don't know.
I mean, I would say try to res if healers are up. If, like, healers are not up, then we're just gonna explode because we're not gonna be able to survive the damage. But if healers are up, I would say try to res. There's quite a lot of time, because even the debuffs will happen while you're dead.
Unless you raise at a very specific timing that Elastic discovered.
Saxtra.
It still happens if nobody has the debuff. It's just on a random target, so that would actually not be helpful at all.
They've gotten a lot better about anti-cheese in the years.
Bastards. Why would they let us abuse their, like, blatant holes in their system? Shut up, Thomas.
I just had a really cursed thought that I'll tell you after this. 3's up.
Probably.
Target Leo.
I get buried.
Charlie.
I got Rex.
Delta.
Someone needs to grab me.
Oh, I couldn't get away in time. We're good. Watch for your debuffs. Get to your starting side. Be outside the boss's hitbox when you're moving. Middle of the safe spot. Okay, lasers at the back. One's out. Two's out. Oh my god. I didn't have sprint and I was absolutely fucked.
Yeah, sprint, I feel like there is going to be
You-
enormous.
It's not even like you want sprint there. You literally must have sprint there, or you're not getting out. Also,
Yeah,
go
it's
into the
so
boss's
bad.
hitbox to speed yourself up, or you're fucked.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's why that
Oh, I
one
wanted to
team.
kill
The laser stack should try to be out of the hitbox, but the individual, like person who's going out, needs to go in the boss hitbox to pick up acceleration speed, or you're fucked. Like, I just was running like along the outside of the hitbox, and I actually just couldn't get ahead of the group at all. Like,
Yeah,
I gained
I
zero.
was
Yeah, I
the
have
queue on our
experienced that
side,
too.
and I cut in around the center of the hitbox, and I was able to hit the front.
I'm guessing that's why that one team started with the strat of having the one person fall
Yeah,
back.
because it's
because-
dog shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. that's fine. Just keep going.
I took just shy of 3 million damage.
That's it.
How's that dismantle doing?
Yeah, no kidding. I need to figure out what I'm fainting in there. It's not something.
Is anything faintable in this?
It's 5%. It's not gonna be much.
Massive on too, so I want some somewhere.
Freeze up.
Delta.
Grab Turner.
I'll grab Reeves.
Delta.
I'll grab Riv.
Charlie.
How was the machinist the slow one?
It,
Harry.
I
I'm
think
sticking on you, yeah.
I think you're just a little fast, Elastic. I think you
I
Yeah,
took it from him, and you ran the wrong way, so then you had to double back. Like I thought you were just gonna get the tether taken and run to a safe spot, but you ran to a non-safe spot, so I moved out. Like I'm taking the tether from you, just move to a safe spot.
it was my tower next. Wait,
It's never your tower right after tether.
No,
It physically can be. Yeah, it's always
Yeah.
2 away.
what the hell? What are you doing?
Me?
Yeah, what are you doing?
The ether compass.
Huh.
It breaks my dual cast, so it actually serves a purpose.
Oh my god.
He's trying to use it
What?
to find guidance to a better team.
There's
I
a
need to
problem.
Break my dual cast. It'll break it for me.
Can't you just click it off?
Not that-
PlayStation.
on controller.
PlayStation.
Yeah, controller is hard to click things off.
If I recall, though, you actually can't.
You can. It's just a pain.
Freezer.
Charlie.
Gotta press the fucking pad like 5 times.
I got rid of.
Elastic.
Thomas.
Alpha.
We're missing one. I just tried to salvage something. It was whoever was the one of the 3s missed a tower, I think, and Rex took it and just
That
died.
would actually be a very good spot for.
Was the 3.
I was
Were you 3?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
You
my
just-
bad.
No,
It just your movement looked like you were sacking because you like jumped in at the last second and then
and
died.
I sort of had to.
That right there
Wow.
is an insanely good spot for Veil, by the way.
You wanted after 2.
Yeah, because it persists through because we get a healing down and everything, so it persists through all of that.
It won't work if he is just taking a tether.
That's
true.
true. That's the one caveat. Never mind.
Yeah.
then.
I'm
It's not
yeah.
worth it. It's not worth the
I was,
RNG.
I was
then.
gonna note though that Rex is the only DPS that can't heal himself without like being weird.
Yeah. I mean, me and Elastic are like spot healing people.
Yeah.
in
I'm just
2,
gonna-
3, and 4, but
I'm just gonna veil before we split for our teams because everyone's together at that point, and then it'll cover the first one.
The
Just
whole
make-
mechanic
Make
is
sure the
actually
debuff falls off first.
The-
It
Yeah, I
doesn't
know.
fall off till like halfway through the cast. Of
the
Phantom.
whole mechanic is less than 30 seconds. Like you can literally, as soon as you see the tether spawn, you could probably hit it, and then
You will-
everybody would.
you will take my my 1 HP heal and fucking like it. Nobody's getting any more than that.
I like how the special DPS.
Freeze up.
Alpha.
Target Alaska.
Grab up Greaves.
Yo.
Alpha.
Riv.
Delta.
Turner.
It's res.
Oh, get that.
Get your preset spots. Check your partners. Middle of the safe spot. One's out. Two's out. I got an extra laser because somebody was dead.
We're gonna have to get more comfortable with the timing of the circles and stuff because they're actually kind of slow for ultimate pace.
Yeah.
It definitely doesn't feel slow right now.
It doesn't feel slow yet, but like the next circles are like dropping as the first ones explode. You actually have like
I honestly don't think it changed from Savage, the timing, from what I've seen.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. I think it's the same.
They're certainly slower than the giant ass ones.
The biggest thing you need to know is when you start out. So I think one thing that's going to help is, so let's imagine that like this is my safe, this is the middle of my safe spot. If I'm 2, 3, or 4, I should start kind of far out. If I'm 1, I should start kind of far in because I'm going to have to move a much further distance as 1 to get to my spot. Where the 2, 3, and 4, it's going to be like approaching them, so they're not going to have to move as far to get to where it is. You get what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
And you know that ahead of time. You know if you're 1.
Actually, to go with that, should the stack just not even move until they have to then?
I was gonna say the stack could like also start in and just back up, and like not actually move rotationally.
It
at
actually
all.
would get. It actually would be faster too to get to your spot as the 2, 3, and 4 as well if you start in, because then that way they can go forward in the rotation and we can just like go back, and we have less. It's
so we're
faster to do
saying-
so.
So we're saying the whole party starts in the hitbox. 2, 3, and 4 go back directly away for the first drop, and 1 starts moving forward. And then the only thing that you got to watch though is if 1 goes forward and out, and 2, 3, and 4 both come out, then 2, 3, and 4 could get blocked in.
Should we even have 2, 3, 4 move until the flamethrower catches up with them and the circle makes them move?
No, but that's what I'm saying. So like sim it. So come stand on me. It doesn't even matter how many people. Let's say I'm the 1. Okay. So the first one happens and we go to our respective spots. You guys are going out and I'm going forward, right? So if I go here, the next AoE, you're dead because my circle is in
yeah.
front of you and you're blocked in now.
Wasn't
So
that
I'm
why we
saying-
zigzag?
You would go diagonal. You can run through the circle. It's like not that fast, but
Yeah, okay. So the person, okay, so then the 1 is staying on the inside and the 2, 3, 4 stay on the outside after that first hit. So first hit we're together, 2, 3, 4 come outside, 1 just stays on the inside and rotates forward, and then we start the swapping process, and it's gonna get messier from there. But I think if everybody sees like 2 of them work, we're gonna start to get the mental rhythm down. So let's try that.
Yeah, I think I
Just
have no idea what
win,
the timing
forehead.
is yet.
yeah.
That's
Just,
really
say,
Just
hard.
pretty-
stop losing and win.
Difficult.
You know.
we're still not even comfortable being at a starting spot yet, so you know we'll just work our way up. At least
Running
I'm
out
not.
of patience. No.
We're not through phase 1 yet. Like, come on.
Yeah,
What the
that's it.
fuck?
Why aren't we through phase 1 yet? God.
Where's our checkpoint, Yoshi?
Surely, right after this.
Three's up.
Greaves.
I'll take Rex.
I'll take Turner.
Alpha.
Riv.
Thomas.
Get in. Find your starting spot. Look for your partner. Start in the middle, in the hitbox. 2, 3, 4 out.
Oh, the circles hadn't even shown up yet.
2's out. Three's out. Four's out.
Were you number 1 as well, Thomas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Prey
somebody
reassigns.
on our side, I think.
Yeah, it was a sorting issue for sure. At least. I'm sure there were other
Oh
things.
yeah, we were paired together.
Yeah, okay.
So close, dude. That timing is kind of specific for invuln.
Yeah. I noticed that, like, we didn't actually have to. We didn't have a circle drop yet.
Yeah,
so
I
we
saw
just
that. So, okay, so 2, 3, and 4 can actually start out and just not move. You literally just stay there and do not move. 1 will start running ahead from the inside as soon as they realize they're 1. So 2, 3, and 4, your job is mega fucking easy. You just go directly outside the hitbox at max melee and just plant until shit starts happening and you have to move. But that was cleaner.
Get there.
Okay, I tested and can confirm you cannot right-click no cast.
How do you guys feel about doing this maybe like 12 to 1300 more times?
You know. We'll see how I feel around 600.
We only took 1208 last time, so that's our bar to beat.
I just hate RNG phase ones.
Freeze up. I'll go to Alpha.
I got elastic.
Delta.
Okay, Barry.
Okay, Thomas.
I'll get rid.
Alpha. Nice job. Get to your starting spot. Check your partner. 1s are out. 2s are out. 3s are out. 4s are out. Practice the invul timing, Greaves.
There we go.
It's pretty slow. Wait. Now.
I mean, ideally you guys should be
That's
standing
it.
on each other as well to give us more room.
Oh yeah, we are just involving. Couldn't just do that.
Yeah. And that way we just have to pre-position, like we don't have to move at all.
Oh,
I
the
actually,
second line's-
I made it. I died to the line, so I'm good.
Yeah. I saw that. That was funny. This is the enrage, I think, right?
Yeah, this is enrage.
Oh, that is a
26%,
very
baby.
quick enrage. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's like he just bitch slaps
Compared
you
to
if you're
Thor,
still
it
alive.
is,
Yeah,
like,
so I
20
noticed,
second
yeah,
one.
if you're dropping a thing on the outside, don't come back. Just keep like go out the way you came in, basically.
I think there's a better heuristic here. So this is kind of tricky
It's
to
don't
think
come
about.
back until you drop your ground AoE.
Yeah, so
It's
hold
not.
on.
It's not like if you take your spread, don't immediately start running back in. Wait until you drop your ground AoE. Because
That's
if
a
you
great
run
point.
back right away,
Yeah.
then the spread people are, or the stack people are fucked.
So that's a great point. And the other one is think about it like there's a circle. So when you want to go forward, you're going to run into the boss hitbox in like a circle to get in front. When you're coming back, you can go outside and back, and that way you're not crossing paths with the next person that's trying to get out. Because the next person that's trying to get ahead has to go into the boss, because otherwise they have no hope of like going fast enough. So if you're coming back from in the boss, you're actually dropping an extra obstacle for them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes
Waiting
more sense.
outside.
I tried to come back like the. I'm gonna look at my footage quick.
Third one, it became an absolute clusterfuck on our side. Like, it was me and Greaves just fighting for our fucking lives out there after the second one, so...
I'd been looping outside after I'd done my missile drop, so I guess I'll keep
Yep.
doing it.
So loop in... No, loop out is good when you're
Yeah.
coming back. It's like,
Yeah.
go in when you're moving forward, move out when you're moving back.
In
Yeah.
and miss.
I would have, but I was the third missile, so I just died.
Yeah, it was a goddamn war zone by the third
Yeah.
one.
All right, let's go again. I saw what I needed to see. I know what I did wrong.
You forgot to give us infinite shields.
You were pretty sure.
I know
for
the
that.
mnemonic.
Yeah.
I know the
I
mnemonic.
didn't think to say it, but Mitt, that shit. I used
it's-
to be there,
yeah.
but yeah.
Missiles incoming. That's,
You're
that's
you're
the
really
winner.
off your game today. I'm sorry.
I thought that was better than par for him, to be honest.
It's about the same level as what is it?
Freeze up?
Columbus?
Or use it.
Elastic.
Delta.
Alpha. Bravo.
Leo.
I did it backwards.
Okay. You take Leo.
I did it backwards. It's boned.
I love the damage sound. Like,
Yeah, like, what's the point?
like come on, you dick.
They're just probably
just
like, you know,
hit the bad thing button, and it just puts all the bad things on you. Damage down, twice come doom.
You're already fucking doomed. You can get like AGCD.
we want to make sure that the last 2 GCDs you get out are completely fucking bad.
Just want to make sure you feel really bad.
I think it's just like kind of. I don't know what it is. It might be future proofing, but I don't think it is.
I'd say, like, how could you be immune to, like, unless they already have put a Doom immunity on Blue and are future-proof, no. But, they, like, Blue can't even come in here. That doesn't
yeah,
make sense.
it doesn't matter.
Bullshit.
3 up.
Forward.
Rex.
I'll go Alpha.
Turner.
Bravo.
You got it back. We're good.
Beta.
Now I can get it.
No. Why?
We're good. Recover. Get to your starting
I
spot.
don't have Swift. I'm slow resing.
I got it.
Check your partner. Middle of the safe spot. Ones are out. Twos are out. I went too fast. It's a weird problem.
Oh, that was a laser. Okay.
I noticed a mixture of points. Are we still zigzagging with the group stack?
It looked
We
like
don't
the
need
group
to
stack
now.
doesn't need to. Yeah.
We don't need to now with the way we set this up. That's a good point to be explicit on, though. If we start out like we were, the group doesn't have to move because we don't get too far ahead, since the circles only start a little bit later. So I think the big thing is just don't overmove. It's easy to like panic and overmove, but you don't have to. Just get out of your circle and like you'll be good.
That was what you had to keep in mind for, you know, Panto and 011. So that holds true.
Well,
And,
that's panic. You're
going
only getting
in-
shit up.
Going in makes it very easy to get ahead. I actually just overran it and ran straight into the flamethrower on the other side and killed myself that time because it was like so much easier. So
Don't do
Also,
that.
just to be clear, are we rotating around his outside hitbox line?
yeah,
If we're not zigzagging?
Yeah.
Okay.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Max
because
melee.
we can't afford melee
Well-
downtime.
Max melee or on the line?
Max melee. Max melee. Yeah.
Yeah. It looked like max melee was about equal to the amount of distance you actually had to move.
Yeah, so there should be a sweet spot in terms
Yeah.
of it. But
It was roughly there, so we'll just try max melee, and if it works, it works. Freeze up.
Probably.
I'll get off elastic.
Alpha.
Riv.
Alpha.
Rex.
Beta.
Make sure to
Group up.
real for after your
Find your spot. Yep. Check your partner. Ones are out. Twos are out. Threes are out. Fours are out.
Watch out my body.
Everybody in except tanks. Tanks go to alpha. Invul.
Those are lines.
Wait, what are these?
Just
Oh,
Panto.
those are just the.
They're just the baited lasers, yeah.
I've seen
that's-
a lot of
that's the
people.
one thing
We
we
just
didn't
never seen that. It's with, you know, more than 2 people.
Good shit. That looked so much
Yeah,
better,
it
dude.
was it's coming together. It's really coming together.
But yeah, that's like the one mechanic we hadn't mentioned yet, is that it's got that the 3 closest people get the marker thing that's from Panto.
It's actually crazy easy if we're involing because there's enough space for all of you to literally have a static spot, and then you just need to decide on the order you're going to take them. So we can sim it with a mark. Let me
I
say
go middle.
markers.
He doesn't want to know
Where-
left and right. It's
so-
it's actually arena relative because they can move to stack on north.
Right. Yeah, like I'll be directly across.
It
from
shouldn't. It's yeah. It's not relative to the boss because we have time. We'll always just go to the same exact spot and make this brain dead. So tanks always will go to alpha.
So then I'll always be on Charlie.
There's 6 of you though, so that's kind of a grieving spot to pick.
You want to be a little bit off, yeah.
Yeah, you need to be slightly off of the mark. So like me and
so,
Greaves
like,
are here.
B and D would be static.
You guys could actually be a little bit wide of. You could be a little bit wide of 4 and 1, and it'll actually be safe because the
Yeah.
cones are intended to be taken like on the corners. So somebody can be who wants to be just to the right of 1. I guess Ribs there. So okay, so
Yeah.
Ribs just to the right of 1. Then the next person should be put somebody just to the left of 2 or just to the left of 4. Sorry.
I'm already here. Yeah.
Okay.
We're
I'm just
doing it
making
round
sure because
1.
nobody
Yeah.
moved, so that's why I'm like,
well, you
should
said left
be
of
a step
4?
forward. Yeah,
Wait,
You
Left
will
of
be
4?
left of 4. Like
Yes.
your
it is
your
left of
simulated
4.
one is the arena, and where I'm standing would be right of where 1 normally is.
Right. So me and Greaves are.
Yeah,
God
that's
damn
why I
it.
didn't want to move up.
Yeah. I'll just put the mark further back.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, be hyper specific where you're standing. So I'm trying to make this like a clear picture for people. So like, don't be all the way on the east or west because it's not accurate to where you would be. You get what I'm saying?
You actually can be the
Yeah,
thing.
No,
in this
because
thing
there's
is
6 of
because
you, so you don't want to be there because you're gonna make it harder.
I've seen like they've done that like spread a bunch.
I feel like there's way more. I mean, if you guys are stacking, we could have someone be there.
That's why I'm. All right, I'm trying to give you guys as much space as possible. I don't know why you would fight
So,
against
so
this.
Barry
Like,
is saying because they're stacking, it's not going all the way to B and D, so you can have
Yes.
someone closer to north.
and
than
then you
just
buy
on
yourself even
D.
more space.
Well,
which
so
makes
are
it
we?
free.
Are we doing 6 people are in the spot and don't move, or are we
Yeah.
doing like 3 people are in the spot and then 3 people move and
No,
take their spots?
We're doing 6 people don't have to move at all. Like they literally just have
Okay.
their own lane. That's the advantage of stacking the tanks. So like again, just start picking spots. So Riv was here. So like right on this.
I've got a Galaxy Brain suggestion here. Tanks be in for the first ones.
No, it doesn't work. It pierces invuln. We die.
Yep. What?
You
You
die
guys-
instantly.
Oh.
You
I
the
swear
tanks
I've seen
can
people
never
do
take
that.
them. No.
Like the last one went off after your invuln drop, but like the first set, but whatever.
Yeah, how are you guys living when the entire party was dead?
I'm just
then?
thinking.
Like I'm pretty sure it doesn't actually pierce invuln. It's just that your invuln doesn't last long enough to cover all of the tank buster hits and the last wave, and the last set of lines. But you could theoretically take something from the first set, and then we'd have and then we could have like a couple people who just don't participate in the thing and be on top of each other.
The thing that's kind of gross about that, though, is the movement to get there. Because if we have to get to Alpha, we need to be on the inside, but you guys can't be on the inside. And then we need to be on the outside, and you can't be on the outside. So it's kind of, like, fucked
Oh,
up
we'd only
in terms of
need-
movement.
How does the legacy target again? Is it just people that are the furthest in?
It's the 3
just
closest
yeah.
people.
Which, I
get
mean,
to
I
Alpha.
don't. Isn't that good for you guys? Because then you guys would have priority for being in the boss to get to A.
Fine
like-
for us, but I'm saying, are you guys going to actually be
Also
able to
have
get to the radial that you need to get to if you're not allowed to go into the center of the boss?
Well, then, so at that point, because there's only one person being targeted, it doesn't fucking matter who it is.
That's
so
true, yeah.
the other party, the
Yeah.
other
They
people
can't get
can
it
just
again,
be
but yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah, but at that point, there's 5 people to cover 3 lasers. So I hope we can figure that out.
Do you know?
I would prefer there was a set
actually how
person, but
much
otherwise
is
Yeah,
that?
Yeah. I mean, we can have a set
tank?
person.
Me.
I mean, having the absolute weakest person take the first beam is probably the dumbest fucking possible way to do this.
Hey.
Like,
In terms of healing.
yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, why would you fucking put the weakest person in
Yeah,
first?
have,
That doesn't
like
make
have
sense.
Leo do it and have him use his 20%.
Yeah, Leo
yeah.
being the first person makes way more sense than fucking Turner being the first person. Turner makes sense as a person to not even do this fucking mechanic because he can't
Yeah, I'll
take
go
any
with-
damage without dying. Alright, so let's just...
Hey,
okay,
you
so-
set it up.
Okay, so me and Greaves will be in and grabbing. We're gonna be in and near A for the first one. Then we're gonna back up to max melee. Everybody else can't be in the hitbox except Leo, who needs to be in the hitbox, so he gets the third one. And Leo bait it, let's say, to Delta, so directly west,
Directly on
Okay.
Delta. Got it.
directly on Delta. The rest of the party, you guys' job at the beginning is to get between Bravo and Charlie and not in the boss hitbox, so you don't get targeted. And then after that, I guess, what? So Rex,
We could do like a Delta 1 Bravo.
Rex
We
can
could
be,
even do Bravo to Charlie.
yeah, Rex is
Yeah.
Charlie. Rex is Charlie. Riv is Delta, and
No,
Elastic or
do-
Thomas be Bravo.
Is they do Bravo to Charlie, because if Leo's at Delta, then we can already pre-position on between
Okay,
B and
fair.
C.
All right, fair.
I'll
But
go
you
to
three-
3.
So then Turner is literally just going to. So Turner's movement is like from here, you just rotate around the outside edge over here
Yeah.
to get out of the way. Or you could just be out of the way at 3 at the beginning, but you
Yeah,
need to
three,
be.
3 will be safe if we do B2 and C.
Is there,
if you-
there's somebody? Is somebody else
It's
not doing
actually-
this? Thomas is not doing this. So
It's
Thomas
also
would
safe
be,
here, by the way.
Or actually, it probably makes more sense for Elastic to not do it, right? Because Thomas has better movement shit.
Probably.
So Elastic and Turner are here the whole time. Thomas, Rex, and Riv, pick your spots. So Charlie 2 or Bravo.
I guess I'll go Bravo.
Now I'm feeling a little guilty. about
Elastic being at like 2 probably makes the most sense, right? Or actually maybe being at Charlie. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I
it.
guess.
No, Elastic to 3, me to 2, because his name is 3 syllables minus 2.
You can be. You're in the
we
same
can,
spot.
we can
No,
stack. We're not
I-
Three
baiting.
is
I
three
know.
is fucking stupid. Yeah.
3 is
Okay.
free. 3 is
So
the
to be
free-
clear-
I wanna check something about this mechanic because like
Yeah.
later because there's something about it I feel like we're missing.
No, I think we're actually
The
on
only
it.
the only thing
Let-
we're missing is it gets a lot harder if we need invulns later.
I mean that's
I
fine.
mean,
We
can change
we
it
can
if
cross
we
that
have
bridge
to
later.
We
Yeah.
need those. We need those invulns for uptime.
okay.
And
Okay,
so,
so-
the three of us taking lasers
is for up-
closer in than Turner and Elastic.
You're not
So
quite.
we're gonna-
Not
we're-
quite. It's more than that. It's that you need to be outside the boss hitbox until Leo gets the marker over his head. Like once you see Leo with a marker over his head, then you need to go into the boss hitbox, and the other non-you guys all need to be outside the hitbox.
Yeah.
And Leo will just be a max melee at that point.
Yep.
Okay.
Elastic, let's stand on this circle.
Let's pull before the timer kicks us out, and then we'll take a break.
stand
It's
on
not a
this
circle.
No,
fuck,
this
sorry.
circle of this hexagon.
Oh.
I mean,
No.
you don't even need to stack necessarily. You have so much fucking room.
I want to have. Well, I feel like we should have something to do.
Turner, this fight is hard enough. You don't need to invent dumb shit to do while you don't have.
I don't
to do.
have repelling shot. and I
Hit your
don't have
goddamn
Ed
buttons
of
and
Odd.
kill the boss. Fucking
I just
shut
realized
up.
this is the best reason for having him on Machinist. He has no repelling shot or on Avant.
We're like,
True.
we're like trying to solve.
3 up. 3 up.
Hit leg raise.
There you go.
Charlie.
Leo.
Alpha.
Thomas.
Ina.
We're dead as fuck, I think, right? Nope, I lied. We're good.
Barry.
Yep, I got doomed.
Yeah.
That was a bad pull. My bad. Just reset. We have time. We can just go again. It's a 2-minute 8-second enrage, so I know exactly how long we need. By the way, it's probably a good time to start mentioning if you're one of the jobs where like you don't instantly burst like almost immediately, you probably want to move your shit up so you get a second burst at least till we get through this phase.
You don't
get
have time to
comfy.
even use the most basic of opening burst. 8 seconds is nothing.
I mean, it lets me get away with some shit, so for me it does matter. But
I mean, you could
Pretty
use
full
like
presence of mind.
I was gonna say I'm like, oh yeah, I'll burst differently, hollow.
yeah. Like I literally can't use anything until 4th GCD.
I'll change my 15th foil to up my 16th foil.
Do you have any different notes?
Or shut up, ranged.
They're funny.
I'll get turned.
Greaves. Yep.
Alpha.
Rip.
Charlie.
Beta.
Leo.
Delta. Come into center.
Front of the center.
Got your debuffs. Start in the middle. 1 should be out.
Stupid.
2's out.
Huh. I don't think it went very well over there, guys.
I don't either.
3's out. Somebody dropped. Yeah. There was a bad drop on our side too, because somebody came back on the inside and it scuffed me.
I was so
I got
focused on
murdered.
being on the
I
right.
actually want to look at this clip because it's going to tell me
Yeah,
some shit about
I
the
had a great clip of doing it correctly there. So
I mean, I can show you what ran. Well, my POV I think is going to be useful because you can see why I couldn't solve it. But let me run to the restroom
Yeah.
really fast.
we have
Oh,
to
thank
make
God.
that anyway.
I've had to pee since 20 minutes into the instance.
I'm just gonna
Same.
save these away marks.
Oh, hopefully
Someone
somebody
probably
saved them.
should.
I got them. I got them.
Good call.
I'm back.
Did the island recommendations get posted?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
I just
Okay.
I wanted to mention, by the way, one thing I noticed in this last thing is that Max Melee was like, and directly in the middle, the timing was perfect where the circles came down at the same time as we finally had to actually dodge the flamethrower from it catching up.
Yeah. It's pretty easy.
Yeah. And yet I like completely forgot that I needed to care what my number was. And my number was 1, so it immediately went to shit.
I know me and Rex took a journey.
What's that shooting star meme going on?
Yeah, pretty much. we literally went across the arena to the other side, like sped past the group and went in the wall.
Yeah, I noticed it like with 1 second left, and I tried to like run straight backwards and like diagonal, just a little bit, which is probably why it went that way.
Yeah, it's such a good knockback. It's so good.
Can't wait for the inevitable poll where I get one and kill everyone because I've had like 3 and 4 almost every time.
It's based on your character's age.
Definitely not. I've
I
gotten
did have
every
a very,
yeah.
very spicy poll where I got a 2 though.
I hate 4 is the worst. Like that's the worst for me.
The one who's out last.
Yeah. It also is like harder to heal.
Who makes a salad dressing out of seaweed? Ew! This is disgusting.
I do have that. Yeah.
What?
I do have that. Yeah, I have seaweed
Yep, same.
salads. I do.
What? No, not a seaweed salad. A seaweed salad dressing.
That too, yeah.
What?
On your seaweed salad, it's great.
Yeah, you just put seaweed on your salad. It's basically a dressing. I don't even use like anything else.
I'm talking about the goddamn island dressing. Like in place of like herbs, they're using seaweed.
What's
That's
wrong with
gross.
that?
Why wouldn't you just?
I
use
understand
herbs?
you need the desire to like tell us you're a race, but you know you're just doing it right now. Ew, seaweed. That's disgusting. Go back where you came from, foreigners. That's basically what you're saying, you know. Basically what you're saying.
Is someone streaming right now?
Turner is a racist. Confirmed.
I am recording. I can
Is
quit
this,
it.
is this
Yeah.
concerning for someone
This
streaming?
is yes.
He's gonna come back and find that his VOD got deleted and be like, "What the fuck happened?"
I'll just say, Barry, you got a racist range. You got a very racist range.
That's not nice.
Oh my god, the Zoomers in school, they are so racist. Actually, I get uncomfortable around them sometimes.
Okay, so there's this is actually a point of contention on campus, but because of it's just like a deal with like a dining conglomerate. There's a Chick-fil-A in one of the unions, and they can't get rid of it. And literally every time I see like a 20-year-old with Chick-fil-A, I want to be like, you owe me money, you fucking homophobe bitch.
All right, I'm back with caffeine. Are we looking at clips?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
you should
look at the
definitely not look at your
Yeah.
screen.
Even when looking
God.
at clips, you
Might
may
be
be
dead.
disappointed at the content of the clips.
I
So-
probably. That's my
Nor-
secret. I'm always disappointed.
On an
Odds
actual
might be
serious
down.
note, I was looking at Elastic's clip. It's like, okay, like I noticed the missile hits you between circles, and then you drop 2 more after that before you need to be back in the group.
Yeah.
And then the
So
laser hits between circles again.
let's look at mine because I'm genuinely wanting to know, but also I think it's probably going to benefit all of us to just look at what is happening that's causing.
I think we were on the same side. I think so. My POV, I was 1 on our side. I think we were on the same side.
But the thing is, that's true. We are on the same side. But the catch is like your POV is not going to have my client side snapshot of me dying.
I
Yeah,
don't.
but
I didn't kill you. I'm like my
I
movement
know.
was so fucking fluid. It was amazing.
I'm not saying that you killed me. I'm saying that
Yeah.
we need to see mine because we need to see why I couldn't get away and then figure out where it came from. It's harder to tell on somebody else's screen what the cause of death is because you the timing is not the same as what the person perceives, right?
I know what
It's
the
more
cause of
used to look
death
at your
for
own
the
death,
other people on
basically.
my side was.
Yeah. So all right.
It was me.
Okay. So where's my death? Right here.
Who can make the fucking speech boxes smaller?
Okay. So I was 3. Who was 1? 1 was Elastic, right? So you're saying, yeah, okay, that's why you're saying yours was good. So Elastic goes forward, we stay. 1 AoE, 2 AoE, and right here's a snapshot. So the first one just went off. And our side, at least, is good right now. Because,
Pay no
I
attention
actually
to what's
took a-
happening behind the door.
yeah, no, I saw the laser over there, but yeah. Okay, so, cool. At the moment, the lane is good. Like, you can see the number 2 person has, like, a completely free space to run through. And they're now going. 2 is Turner, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, this drop Turner is about to fuck me. I think it's this one. Maybe not. Hold on. So
It's
wait.
like I thought we go in. When we're-
Yeah, but so the timing is like incredibly specific. You want to drop your circle and then move so that there's no circles in weird spots.
There's that one will blow up before you have to move.
I know, but the principle is going to be helpful to understand. So like, watch. We get a laser. Okay. Now wait. We get a circle. And then we get one more there. So like, think about how much time is between them. So now watch. When I go for 3, which is in like a second, see this one? If I go outside, like, it's basically putting me in a bad spot, because if I try to run along the outside of the boss, it's hard to actually go fast enough to get ahead of the group. But I can't go inside the boss, because the entire part is totally covered. You see what I'm saying? We need to, like,
yeah, I
figure
do
out
now.
how to not drop in this spot, because it makes it too hard for people to run. And, like, in fairness, should I have skirted the edge? Yes, but I'm saying I think it's hard to actually get enough speed when you're, like, going out around these. Right? It should be like I have like a free lane here that I'm going through, and you're dropping over here and then coming back. That's like the ideal.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
So what is the actual? What I wanted to figure out from this is like, what is our queue to run? Like, when is it the right time to actually make that sprint so you don't drop the circle? It should be right. Is it here?
I think it's literally as soon as you. I think it's as soon as the laser snapshot. Like, I think Turner should have already been running ahead.
There's one here though, right? This one he did want to drop with us, which he did, and then it's like by the next one he should already be gone.
I mean, it's like he could have been like on the inside with the team already.
You're right, because this one goes away by then. So if he had gone right at the laser, then it wouldn't even be there anymore. But because he waited slightly longer, that's why it was still there.
Yeah.
So yeah, watch for the laser and watch for the missile hitting you. Those are the two things that you care about, and any like swap happens on that. So right now, you would just immediately go.
Gotcha.
And the person over there, you can see Elastic's getting hit by the explosion.
Yeah, and it might be helpful to be like inside already if you know you're the next one to leave.
I'm here, by the way. Sorry. Okay.
Because then as soon as
we got like 25 minutes. Let's see if we can try
Yeah.
and get a couple more. It is tricky, but I feel like this part, I don't know. I actually don't know that I think this is going to be that hard after enough days of doing this, but
After 1,000 times.
I hope it's not hard after a fucking 1,000 times. I'm wondering in 2 days of
Earthquakes.
running this raid, is this going to be that bad? I think it might not be that bad.
I think it'll be easier than Dorden.
Yeah.
Probably.
You know what this is exactly like, in my opinion? It's fucking limit cut, dude. Like, actual T limit cut. It's almost exactly the same problem. It's very specific timings. It's like circling, but also having kind of specific times where you're allowed to like do things, right? And it's just a lot of visual noise. It's like almost the same.
I'm getting Twister vibes. It's giving Twisters.
It's nothing like Twisters.
There is.
Baited
Non-Twister.
AoEs that
You know what?
can't
You're
stand
actually wrong.
in.
Dude, it's Rod.
I was just about to say that too. I was like, it's just.
but we actually have Rot in this fight.
I know, but it's Rod. It's all just Rod, dude.
No, I think it's giving Twisters
Dude.
because like baited AoEs that you can't stand in. They're circular shapes.
Nah, dude, it's Rod. It's
I'm still
could be
laughing
both.
about the Hello patch, by the way, because there's like somebody gets 6 fucking debuffs. Like, it's insane.
There's going to be like an easy solve at least.
It's like there's so many, it has to be super restricted. Like,
and
solving
they
it
get less
initially.
random as you go, to be fair.
Yeah. It is phase 3, like I don't expect anything that.
Everything after this phase is free.
Right.
That's true.
Reason.
Charlie.
Okay, Rex.
Greaves.
Delta.
Fucking buried.
Good shit. Move in. Ones should be out. Two's out. Three's out.
Failing 2.
Yeah, we never had the fourth person from the beginning. Which is why they were out. You both, yeah, you both had the same mark.
So I know what the problem is, and the problem is I did not have my party list resorted.
Oh. I was like, the problem is clearly that someone over there didn't come over.
Damn. Name a more iconic duo than Riv and not remembering to sort the party list.
It only was
Turner
2
and launching
straight
himself
months.
into a wall.
It's only 4 straight months, man.
All right,
Like, come
fuck
on.
you.
I'm sorry, was it not a literal question?
I really wish he did come on bar just so we could get one more in.
Don't worry, he'll figure
I'm
it out.
I'm willing to bet it'll happen anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would never.
When we were talking about the puzzle pieces on the outside,
That's true. Yeah.
I
Everyone's
was
saying so many
holding
words.
myself like an inch away from saying Turner is intimately familiar with the outside of Arena.
I'm Leo. I'm gonna die at 30.
So
He was-
true.
He was 30 like
Reason.
4 years ago.
Reason.
What?
I'll get Leo.
Alpha.
Eh?
Oh.
That doesn't seem right.
That doesn't feel like it was supposed to happen.
I don't think I'm gonna survive this.
Elastic with the high-speed tether delivery to a tower.
I took a tether and then it was taken away from me.
How come no one dogs on Rex for displacement memes?
He didn't do it yet.
Rex, can you throw me a bone here?
I'm an equal opportunist. I will shit talk anyone for movement skills.
Is
I
there
promise.
even a reason to use displacement anymore? Like,
No,
If
it's
you want to
not.
call yourself.
I've had a use or two here and there, but
It's
largely-
literally only if there's like an absolute last second disengage, and you happen to have a displacement.
You were
available to
asleep
do
and
it.
you realize you have spread. That's basically the use case.
Yeah.
like
basically.
after this.
Three's up.
I'll get to it.
I'll get Thomas.
I'm gonna die.
I tried.
Alpha. Wow.
I'm in danger.
I'm shocked that I died there. based
There we
on
go.
what's
I threw you a bone. I disengaged you to the wall. It was on white, but
I'm shocked that I died there. It seemed like it was going so well from the 8 side threads of conversation that were all happening. I was like, well,
Griff, don't
Oh.
patronize me.
Like after first snakes or dogs in P8S when it's doing the blue.
Oh,
crossing line,
excellent.
That's been a convenient time for me to use displacement. I think.
Oh,
Because
you're
it can be
talking
hard
about a
to-
time to actually use displacement. I thought you were
Yeah.
recounting a time where you killed yourself with it.
Oh no, I was about to say the use that I found was for raise my brain because program. Otherwise, I'm very much.
so anyway, how about that program loop? Three's up.
Alpha.
Leo.
Sure hope someone doesn't want Leo. Okay.
Oops. Alright.
Oh yeah, you know what my cursed thought was? You know what's gonna make this phase 1,000 times easier? Cacbot. When it literally tells you to do a specific thing. And it programmatically solves the entire phase.
But if we wanted that, there wouldn't be a whole lot of point to even being here.
Oh, I mean, I'm just thinking from a, like,
Yeah.
Programmatic.
of design standpoint, not like a I'm jonesing for the solution standpoint.
We have it on tape. You like Cactbot. Cactbot.
I'm strongly neutral on the topic.
We're so bad.
Yep.
Alpha.
I'll get from Barry.
Charlie.
I'll get Leo.
Charlie.
Elastic.
Hey. Oh,
Find your starting spot. One's out. Two's out. I
Get on
moved
me, Rex.
badly, so I probably killed R2. I'm not sure.
I wanted to
Or
push him on the
R3
wall.
rather. Yeah, R3 probably got scuffed by me because of how I moved, I think. Were you one? I think so.
I will say
got out and I didn't
the
die. I just
stack between 2 and 3 was hell.
Yeah, we kind of got pussy blasted.
The stack between 2 and 3. What do you mean?
Uh,
Like there wasn't enough space to move forward, is that what you're saying?
Sure.
We had like there was like a taint hair worth of safe spot.
Okay, so I think that was because I moved late, I'm pretty sure. I just didn't react fast enough to the laser. It's just like I need to like brain train the visual noise and like know what I'm fucking looking for. Because I'm like, look for the laser, and then I get like dial-up sounds, and like eventually I realize a laser has happened.
So yeah, I think Drew was saying it earlier that you could actually be in the hitbox there, because if the rest of the stack is never going in the hitbox, you can actually drop one in there.
You're saying the person who's like on deck?
Yeah,
could
on
be-
deck can be in the hitbox,
That's a good point.
just so that the first one that you do drop is never.
Makes sense. 3's forward. Forward.
I'll get Turner.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god.
Hit Barry.
Yeah,
Well, that's
I
enough.
have to.
Well, that doesn't work.
Why did I?
Legitimately more of a caster than summoner. This is interesting. Even the 1.5 second cast times are love to come up at inconvenient times.
I have a nagging suspicion the DPS check is going to be really easy on this phase, so yeah, probably won't matter.
I mean, I have a way to stall it out, which I could do, but it was in this case it was more an issue of like we had plenty of time to do either direction, but Turner like super hesitated leaving after the tether had swapped. And...
This is very much a just ignore the universe and do your job kind of deal, because it's very
Yeah.
tricky to pay attention to more than just yourself.
My ears mostly stopped working halfway through. 3's up. Bravo.
Reeves.
Alpha.
I get it was my movement was like turbo cursed. Yeah. I just couldn't even tell what was supposed to happen anymore. I like grabbed the tether and then moved weirdly and lost the tether and then got the tether back and then went the same way that Thomas already went and then couldn't get out in time before it hit everyone. Just straight up like pinballing through the arena like 4 times.
I did see a bunch of teams failing to try to have one person with the tether be like near mid. It doesn't work. It's a little bit too big.
I think we're on our strat is pretty fine here. We just
Yeah.
it's mostly just execution issues.
I think it's a skill issue.
Unfortunately, as I adhere to a 3 wipes and disband strat, I'll be looking for a new group next week, but nonetheless.
Thank God.
Freeze up. Going to Delta. Blast.
Alpha.
Turner.
Alpha.
Oh, except he killed me.
Yeah.
Couldn't find the damn tether. I don't have eyes.
Remember, too, they're always on cardinals. If you can't see one, it's because it's opposite you.
Well, relative cardinals, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, but the towers only appear on the spots adjacent to a cardinal. They don't appear on like intercards. So they'll always be essentially on a cardinal.
At least the opener is way easier than DSR, I gotta say.
True.
We were doing like 2,000 things just to keep Barry alive for the first mechanic.
You don't think that we'll still be doing this in 6 raid days?
I mean, that's not the issue. It's just how much you're having to do over those 6 raid days.
Remember when he would die?
Freeze up. Alpha.
Charlie? Oh, you're good.
Charlie.
Elastic.
Rift.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Something happened.
We both went north with our tethers.
This is definitely not even remotely fucking close to as hard as Meteors was. Meteors was just actually insane.
Thornton was 3 minutes though, wasn't he?
Yeah, but even
Yeah.
still, the last minute was not where Meteors was.
Because
Oh,
it was at like a minute and a half or something, I think. Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty. It was around the time like the end of Pentocrator is, and it was pain.
I mean, even like Strength of the Word was really hard.
Yeah. I did it. I did the cursed opener, not on purpose, but I did it.
This one doesn't really matter as much because there's no like AoE for a while.
Freeze up.
Beta.
I'll go down, Thomas.
Grab off Thomas.
Yeah.
Charlie?
Rift.
Nobody got my tether. Yep.
I just tried to disengage into the wall, but it wasn't quite far enough.
Dude, I just had a really productive thought. You know what we could actually do is just track how many times people fuck up, and put it in some public place?
Oh yeah, that would be a great idea.
You're not already doing that?
Wouldn't that be? I think that would really help for morale if we just knew exactly how many times.
This one's really easy to track too because we have pretty clear, concise jobs.
Yeah, dude.
And we trained ChatGPT to analyze the videos for who comes to
We
life.
can, yes.
Oh, we should.
Freeze up.
You know,
Thomas. Okay, Leo. I'll get Leo.
Charlie.
Lol. I'm dumb. Just grab one.
Reese.
Can you rotate tracks?
Oh, yeah.
I will just grab one. What?
You just need to run really fast and jump.
Ninja would be the way to test it because Ninja can teleport into the wall.
It would tell us if they're gonna expand the
Oh,
arena later.
I was about to try.
You need double.
What was the
sprint in
fight that
order
you could like
to,
go into the wall
build
as
up-
long as it was on a server check or something?
Yeah, you
I
need
have a
double
clip of
sprint
myself
in
getting
order
walled and
to
leaving and
build
being
up
fine.
enough speed
Was
to
it
get under the
Ukrod or
truck and find
Uwu
you.
or it was one of them?
I found Mew when I was a kid. It was great.
I think we had happened over.
Yeah.
I think it was Uwu.
I just straight up like
I could not track. I remember that.
Things are happening. Freeze up. I'll get Thomas.
Bravo.
Aww.
Greaves.
Alpha.
Charlie.
Good job. Find your starting spot.
Almost New Year's Eve thing moment.
Check your debuffs.
We said clockwise.
Yeah,
right?
we are in the right spots. Or the rest of my group. Whoever wasn't with me was not in the right spot.
Yeah, it was a little bit annoying because I get stunned so that it was just barely overlapping the cardinal marker. So you kind of had to go the long way to go clockwise, but
There's always that risk with literally any pattern though,
Yeah.
so we just need to remember you have to go clockwise to get to the safe spot. Or A1, B2 for support if you want to think about it that way.
it should just be nice and just always have us be in the safe spot at the start. It'd be really
Yeah,
good.
that sounds like something they would do.
We could just spread to 8 different spots, and then 2 of us will be in the safe spot.
My eyes bulged out of my skull for 1 second there.
Alright, and Self, try harder to make Thomas have a stroke.
Probably second last full, by the way, so just do your best.
Freeze up.
Leo.
Turner. I don't know what to do if we say it at the exact same time. Like,
Someone has to say I'll switch.
Yeah.
I feel so loved.
Alright.
and then we both say we swap.
Whoever says it first.
But you said that at the same time.
Did it come across?
It should be whoever says it first gets it. The other person fucks off. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
problem is latency exists, so you're both going to potentially think you
So
say it
you
at the
see,
same
we
time.
simply need a third person to mediate and measure
Oh.
how long it takes for each person to say
No, I got it. So if they say it at the same time, whoever calls Jinx first
No,
keeps it.
Shut up. That's just call. The
How about
ship to
the
actually help.
person? Yeah, is that either? I mean, if we're actually seriously confused about it, we could have the person whose tether didn't get called assign someone to do it. So like in that situation, it was me and Turner with tethers. No one was getting me. I could say Thomas, get me. Or you know what I mean? If we're actually gonna do something as stupid as that,
I don't even think it's worth it. Like we
me either.
Freeze up.
pay attention. I'm getting alpha.
I'll get rid.
Fuck my life.
Lena,
I couldn't hear what you said, Leo. It was like too quiet, so I just guessed.
Great. Now Leo's Discord
I guess
is
we
going
could still
too.
do one more. 'Cause we
Yeah,
got
we're
time.
pulling one more. We're doing what we always did, which was at least till we get further in the
Yeah.
fight, we're pulling until it's after the quit time.
I was actually wondering if we wanted to like do a priority system type thing instead, so it wouldn't require callouts. But we can talk about that later.
We're potentially going to change all this shit when we look at
Yeah.
more data, anyways. That's why I just like
It's not worth talking about anything right now.
exactly just do it.
But notice if they are always right next to a cardinal, then that like actually can simplify some stuff.
They 100% are always by cardinals, yeah.
Freeze up.
Alpha.
Rid.
Elastic.
Turner,
South.
don't go in that far, Turner.
Oh, my bad.
Just makes it really hard to see.
Yeah.
Find your group. Clockwise to a safe spot. Clockwise. In the middle. One out. Yeah. There was another one was with me.
Me.
It was supposed to be. Okay, yeah, I was supposed to swap. I was worried about the clockwise thing.
Yeah, I did the Galaxy Fruit thing. I noticed I was like, I have to swap. Oh, we're like right on top of it. I'll just go counterclockwise.
Okay, we're done. So think about shit. Try to check the chat channel at some point when you can, like tomorrow. I'm probably gonna look over some footage and like see what people are doing, and obviously if anybody wants to weigh in or whatever, we'll have like a discussion going. But yeah, I think still probably reasonable expectation is we're gonna mostly be doing this tomorrow, and it's tomorrow, right? We're Tuesday, Wednesday, yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday. So yeah, probably
Half
reasonable
hour late.
expectation is like we need to know everything here, and I would say if you are comfy with everything here, at least as far as like the strats we're doing and whatever, start looking at the first thing in the next phase, which I will write down something for like late tonight or early tomorrow. So I can't. I want to, but I can't. I gotta do some shit for work, so.
All right. Well, if you want to do it, stay in the party. Otherwise, get out.
Did somebody have ACT running, by the way? Just to
did.
like get our pull count? Okay, cool.
I'm
I didn't
uploading it
have it.
now.
Okay, cool. I just want to know for my own purposes, so.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we could track our proggers.
That's the biggest thing, and just look at the
Can we
context. of,
replace
like,
Riv?
what consistency looks like. So, if you think that you're not the top of replace list for some of the shit you've said, I think you're playing a dangerous game, sir.
Also, if you look at your VOD, you'll find out Turner is actually racist.
What the fuck?
If you actually dropped like a racist slur, I'm gonna be
I
pissed
did.
because
No.
don't fucking do that
Okay,
shit.
Yeah, good job, Thomas. Now you like actually got him mad. No, Thomas is
Maybe
joking.
he did. Why don't you go scrub the entire
Oh my
VOD?
God.
I'm just saying that would explicitly not be cool because like if my channel gets banned, we lose a ton of shit. So don't do that shit. But yeah,
Thomas is literally lying through his goddamn teeth.
maybe he is. I'm just saying.
I never said he said a racial thing. I said he
Same
just
thing-
might be a little racist.
Same thing with like even like the F slur shit. Don't do that shit because it's stupid because like obviously the context is what it is. But if somebody reports it, they're not gonna give a shit. It's just gonna get banned. So don't do it. All right.